Cobra, what up? 95. Legatti, 110. 32 degrees ain't a heat wave, just a warm day. Well, it's all relative. You know how some people think GM Grandmasters is low elo, but other people think GM is high elo. It's all relative, Nagy. It's not a suffering Olympics. It's not a competition of who has it worse, man. It's not a suffering. It doesn't really matter if it's 110 in your area and that's considered hot versus 90 in ours. It's all relative. I will say, though, if there's one place that is hot, Scooby Sacks said in Arizona, lives in Arizona. Arizona is literally like 2 steps away from the surface of the sun. I've been in Phoenix when it was like 120. Oh my God. It was actually dangerous to be outside. It was not safe. I'll tell you that much. Woo! All right, we're going to get started here in a sec. How's everyone doing? Good morning. 120 is miserable. Yeah, 120 is it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. If your region isn't prepared for it, that's pretty much exactly where I'm at, which is let me see, pro scrims on 17.6, and then we'll play some ranked. It all depends. You know, if you grow up in cold climate and it's warm and humid, you're just not used to it, and the infrastructure is not there to support it, all of a sudden you're going to be melting them. But I would say that we're pretty equipped with it here. We have some AC, so it's not that bad here. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Today's Tuesday, 3 days until regionals. Locked up some of my my guests that I'll be having for the co-stream in a few days. My guests on Friday will be Kuramex, who unfortunately didn't qualify for regionals, and Dishsoap. Dishsoap said he wants to stop by this weekend. I think he'll be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which would be pretty cool. We don't usually have Dishsoap as a co-stream guest, mainly because Dishsoap usually says that watching, like he does watch, but he's not sure how much he wants to watch the whole thing of it. So it'll be fun to have him. Hansi, thank you for the 15 months. Legatti, thank you for the 14 months. Appreciate you all. All right, let's take a look at our scrims of who we have available, shall we? Okay, so who should we be watching? We got all the usuals online, all the world champs online titled. So we have future world champs, Wasianiverson, YBY, Ironbog. Actually, we could take a look at the blocks scrim sheet, see if there's any crazy lobby in particular. I think we're on round 4 of the scrims. Oh, wait, this is a different group of people. I was looking at the score sheet originally, but I think this might be a different group of people. But all right, if that's the case, why don't we just go ahead and hop on board with see how Wasian's doing today. AC is my bestie. I could not live without AC. I am so thankful to be born in a time period where air conditioning exists. Thank God. Air conditioning and the internet. True combo. That is a true combo. Thank the Lord. Imagine being born I guess if you grow up in a different century when that didn't exist, you probably would get used to it. Imagine being born in a time where you had to use hand fans, right? You had to like fan yourself like this in order to get cool and get cooler. Actually, I saw a funny. Okay, I know a lot of people are not very. They don't like AI content, but there is some every now and then there is a video that comes on my feed, my For You page. I think it's pretty funny and it's AI generated. One guy, I think there's a Korean TikToker whose AI content is inventions that should exist. And obviously you can't create those inventions easily without AI. So There's a video that he made of like, here's some inventions that should exist, and one of them was like a hand that just grabs your shirt and just cools you down, like just this, and then he just has this product in various places, like the front of the shirt, the back of the shirt, and it just looks really funny. So everyone walking around with like a hand that just grabs your shirt and just like fans you out. And of course, the comment section was highly inappropriate. I know you should never open the comment section, but sometimes you just can't help but look. What up, Zed Time? Thank you for the 180. Is 22 hours where you're at? Thank you for watching, man. I hope you're enjoying some late night TFT Pro Scrim content. This is a pretty good lobby. We got Wasianiverson, we got Achi, we got Phoenix, Title, Stack lobby. The cool thing about Scrims is that you do get international competition, even though there's no stakes on the line. You get international competition that you don't usually get to see. So it's not often that you get to see a Stack lobby where world champions, regional finalists, top power ranked players, up and coming players, longtime veterans all gather together, right? It's fun to scrim. Shepherd Emblem. I think the new patch changes that they implemented are live on PBE. If you guys didn't see, this was actually posted yesterday after it ended stream. But they added some additional changes to PBE. They actually decided to nerf forward thinking in a different way. So remember I said that the changes to forward thinking is actually a massive nerf, because if they wait 6 rounds, that's going to be like a time period you can't actually do everything. They decided to just unnerf that and then re-nerf in a different way, which is goals count. They nerf restart mission. Retribution just got removed. It was a bug. They flattened the stats from Mecha. And then they buffed Lulu, they buffed Acel, they buffed LeBlanc again, they buffed Master Yi, and they buffed Nami. So I think there's a lot more to explore with those changes. What up, Night Savior? How you doing, man? So they have a lot more changes that even aren't even listed on PBE, that I believe should be tested today, and we'll get to see what those changes are. I mean, I feel like the biggest change out of all of these might be that Mech and like Acel and Mech got buffed twice. The AD and A, actually the 4 Mech got nerfed, but 6 Mech got buffed. But either way, oh, actually, I guess that doesn't really change anything, because it's the non-mech spell. I didn't read that part. In that case, I have to just wait and see. LeBlanc getting buffed is pretty important, I would say, for like the core of how a lot of AP structures work. LeBlanc being not very good makes Rageblade AP slams kind of sus, because then you have to like only rush to Vex. But maybe we're back. Maybe we're back. We'll see. There's so many changes. There's a ton of changes, and I'm not entirely sure how it's going to shake out. Maybe nothing changes, but I would love it if the meta shifted just a tiny bit, because I do feel like the meta has been kind of samey for about a month, and I would not want the meta to be too much the same for one more month. Changes are interesting. We have Inpath playing a little bit more towards Arbiter right now. Spend 50, gain 24 ability power. The funny thing about this is that LeBlanc does not have 50 mana. So Arbiter spending 50, LeBlanc spends 40. This is actually not a cause that LeBlanc utilizes very well. She casts no AP. Now, I do wonder if that means that on the third cast... Is it third cast or fourth? What's the point where LeBlanc would get, like, does it roll over? Like, if he spends 80, does it count as 30 overflow? And then when it casts again? If it goes to what, is it possible for it to double dip at one point? This is what I'm trying to ask. It should roll over. Okay. Who knows? Who knows? LeBlanc being played with Resource Arbiters buffed X2. Well, so the thing is, LeBlanc's itemization has regularly changed because her damage kept shifting. If her base damage is high enough, then all of a sudden you can take attack speed because you don't need as much AP and damage because her damage base is high enough. So, and that changes itemization as well. Remember, at one point, LeBlanc's damage was so high that you didn't really need Death Cap. You just needed Giant Slayer if you had anything that gave AP. And that also enabled Gunblade. So there's a lot of other small micro item changes that might shift depending on how you understand and how, like, the damage that can be generated through either your arbiters or other circumstances. Oh my god, that is huge. Wait, a lot of people are just playing Arbiter all of a sudden. 3 attacks, AP. All of a sudden, we see like a massive shift to Arbiter. 66, 95. Actually, let me see. Yeah, okay. The changes are through because 95 base sigil damage. And LeBlanc is at 95. Okay, cool. So the point that I'm trying to get at is builds might change. Even though it'd be like, okay, well, now you just play LeBlanc. Those small little changes could have profound consequences on how you optimize builds and how you're supposed to path towards it. At least at this level. At a baseline level, you can just be like, well, I just slam Rageblade and play LeBlanc. That part is pretty much unchanged. And then you have to factor in a lot of different augments and things that have changed with it, right? Take a look at Wasianiverson. Magic Roll is a generally good default to go towards. It's the same concept as Silver Slightly Magic Roll, which is the all buffs. Oh my god, wait. That's actually so much potential. But almost all outcomes of Magic Roll are a little bit overstated, except for the combat buff. That one's like not as good. I mean, it's a good combat buff, but it's not what you want out of the gold augment when you're clicking it, so it's a little bit awkward. Construct a champion. What are we rolling for? Veigar 3. Got it. Got it. And he's playing Anima right now. Psionic Emblem into Veigar. I mean, they didn't really nerf Meeple Veigar. They nerfed Meeple Gnar. And they nerfed only the gold gain. I think they like that Gnar's in the interesting spot. Because I've said it a couple times, but I think Gnar is a pretty unique unit and line in the game. We don't really get many tempo reroll lines. Like a hybrid tempo reroll line. And I think that's a strength of the set. I don't think they should kill it. Is he going to play the cash out? I did something like this yesterday. I actually played Anima cash out into Veigar Meeple. And I actually did it. I did something kind of really stupid. I played like 3 Anima cash instead of 1. And then I ended up going for Gnar 3. I think it was too ambitious, but I did see a player do it. That's why I was trying it out myself. The fact that Title and all of them are trying that as well makes me feel not as bad, because I feel like the idea is not bad. I think the execution was a little bit all over the place. But I actually did try doing something like this yesterday. What up, Raptor? How you doing? I think the theory of it makes sense, because the thing about Meeple lines is that you really need to, like, it really benefits from having a lot of items. And these small little items add up over time. And if you're not going to be tempoing, you also can lose streak and get like the 4 costs and things like that as well. It's not necessarily like that bad. You can spike on 3-5. The big thing here though is that I didn't spike on 3-5 when I was playing this yesterday, because I didn't hit the Corki, and he has Corki and Rammus though. So like the difference is that Title has a better setup for it. But Anima into Meeple is like not into low cash outs. It's not conceptually that bad of an idea, in my opinion. And I'm glad that a world champion agrees with me. Expedition. One of the changes to Expedition is that only one person in the lobby can get it. Are we going to be playing towards Master Yi? Master Yi did get buffed. They buffed his base AD, right? Oh, no, he's built his spell AD. Okay. It's a small buff. It didn't look like it was that huge. Because every third attack deals extra bonus damage. Xayah, Mountain Xayah, a couple of mountain players. We have Mountain Xayah. We got Zoe. We got a handful of Arbiter AP players. Title's going to... He has 5 meeple on the bench. Who's he missing? He's missing Fizz and he's missing Gnar. Okay. He's going to lose this fight. Cash out again. I think one of the better ones you can cash out is the HP one. It's like nice. It's just a little bit extra front line, which is quite nice here. I like this. Finds a Meepsy. He already has a Meepsy too. Does he lose one more? Okay. So let's see how good this is, right? So I did the exact same thing as Title did. But I couldn't really stabilize on stage 4. Partially because I didn't have Construct the Companion. So I actually only printed my Veigar 3 at like 4 or 5. He already has it. Radiant item already out for Phoenix. Was a little bit late on that. Enzo with a free win over Title. Yeah, what up, Zyzix? How you doing, brother? We got my 2SKO teammate in chat. What up, Gary? Hoping having a blessed morning. A blessed Tuesday. We're just watching some pro scrims before our regional finals, if you're just like wondering what's going on here. My goat. Oh! Now we're so this is, it's kind of like chill because usually this is international competition. Usually you don't see these players. This is like the best player in Japan. This is like this is top 3 player in Taiwan. This is the best player in North America / Canada. This guy's a popular streamer. This guy's from France, right? You don't usually see this kind of international competition. And so this Friday is the regional finals that qualifies for the World Championship. And so all of them are just getting some practice games in. So it's really cool. It's really cool. That'll hit Mordekaiser 2. Okay. And then you get to see global meta, and also it's on a new patch that comes out tomorrow, so everyone's playing on the patch that releases tomorrow. Okay, Achi rolling for Xayah, looking for the Xayah. Doesn't have he has red buff, so he's red buff. Jax 2. Where is Xayah at though? No Xayah? Oh god. Well, you know, if you're gonna be playing towards Mountain Xayah, it kind of helps to have Xayah. Oh, there it is. Finally one. Ooh. It gets a Blitzcrank. That's pretty good. Red buff. Pop. Kraken. Needs another bow. Boom. Gets the Kraken. Kraken red buff. DB. That's pretty fine. And then you can make tank items. I mean, his spot's okay. He did have to roll like a lot of gold to find one Xayah though. And I feel like his DPS is a little bit low. Goes for double Kraken. That's probably good. And then you can move DB over to Samira. That's fine. And then I think that because you're on Xayah 1, you probably can make another offensive item here, which makes a lot of sense. Gets a huge win over Wasian. Wasian's kind of struggling though. Is Challenger, Jinx, Akali all good to get out of plat? Yes. I think the thing is that that line, Mackin, if you want to play it, needs a lot of items. If you play that line and you don't have a lot of items, it doesn't matter if you hit all your 3 stars if you have no items on them, right? So I would be a little bit hesitant to commit to that line if you don't have a good source of items. Wasian hits 3 dupes, going for Ornn 3, has Ornn 3, needs one more Samira. Just going for Samira Ornn reroll. Looking for Uno Mas Samira. Samira is a little bit contested though. There it is. Takes Commerce Course to commit to it. 3-star Samira, 3-star Ornn. Now the thing is, this line is like decent. He has a Shen on 7. This line is decent without too tanky. And he has, like, full items for it. So it's definitely good. It's not going to win out, though. Especially in a Prismatic lobby. So I think Wasian's aiming for a top 4 safe play here. Goes up against Titles. 3-star Veigar. Looks like he got Golden Gambit and got Radiant JG. Kind of close, but looks like Wasian should have this. Artifact on Ornn is pretty nasty because the 2 items can turn to rain that he can guarantee. What others can I go to get out of Plat? All playing Samira, Ornn, and Xayah. Try to play some Gnar, like Meeple. Meeple strategies are really good. Either Corki Riven or into Gnar. Oh, Phoenix actually played Mastery Transition into Corki Riven. I mean, that makes sense. That was the traditional way that we would play Expedition. This strategy used to be what we played most commonly into Corki Riven, but he played a different pathing into it. Now he has Riven 2. Lulu 3. Oh, but GreenTea has no JG. Mountain Lulu 3. His frontline is... He doesn't have any 3-star frontline. The thing about Lulu is that as much as it's about Lulu 3 and having items to Lulu 3, you need to have good frontline. So the fact that he's still on Pantheon 2, no Jax 3, no Maokai 3, he's actually going to be losing a lot still. He also has New Recruit. That works with Stargazers to get you more Stargazer units with Mountain, but it taxes his econ. So I guess that lets him play like a Nunu. Duplicator bundle. That's really, really big for a lot of these guys. It's not that good for Wasian, though, because like Wasian already has his 3 stars. I guess he could use it to get like a Nasus 3. That's not really that helpful. I think Wasian actually wants out of Nasus the moment he can get out of a Blitzcrank. Unless he wants to play 7 Space Groove. To get out of Plat, you can always just turn on the monitor. Don't be like that, man. Not everyone's a God-gifted gamer like you. No need to be toxic. No need to be toxic. You probably suck at one area of your life. Oh, wow. We got a Graves. Do you just play the Graves? No. No need to be toxic. We can go for Poppy 3 here, which is kind of nice. Or you can go for Lissandra 3. Usually Veigar likes a good duo carry. You can put these items on Lissandra 3. He doesn't have 7 meeples, so you could use 7 meeple to print like 1 or 2 copies. These are 5 duplicators, and you're at 2 Lissandra, so 2 rounds of Lissandra 3. Hey, Frodan, long-time YouTube watcher, first-time Twitch viewer, cheers. Ooh, awesome. Welcome, man. It's actually interesting because I don't get many people who, like, chat who usually watch YouTube, if that makes sense, because I actually do have a YouTube stream just to give people alternative ways to watch, mainly for international audiences. Twitch is mostly, like, North America and Europe, and YouTube is mostly, like, Asia, Middle East. Other people who just like have tough access to Twitch, or like Twitch doesn't work very well for them for whatever reason. Jin 2 on 8. He has Jin 2 and Xayah 1. Title rips his duplicators on Poppy 3. Duplicators on Aatrox 3. That's fine. Anything that helps his front line, right? Because he's on 1-star Nunu, 1-star Blitz, 1-star Tahm Kench. It's heating up. It's heating up. Jin 2 before Xayah is crazy. Well, he did have a duplicator. Wait, no, what? He still has a duplicator. Oh my god. He took 1 buff, 2 buff, and hit Jin 2. Never mind. This guy's a high roller. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Outrageous. Now, here's the crazy thing I want to say is that he still needs Xayah 2. It's not even that good. Jin 2 is kind of a fraud. Oh my god, Jin 2's a fraud. He's going to go 8th with Jin 2 on 8, not using the dupe. That's actually crazy, man. That's actually crazy. Wasian loses. Like I said, this Samira is not a win out. Who did he lose to? He lost to Phoenix. He lost to the Expedition player. I have to watch on YouTube because Twitch is blocked on my work computer. Oh, yeah. And a YouTube watcher, I have premium, so I dodge the Twitch adpocalypse can watch in the background. Awesome. I actually have YouTube Premium and Twitch Turbo. That's how much I hate ads. I'm willing to spend what is it, like $30 a month? $20 a month to make sure I get no ads on either. Boom. Going 8th on Gen 2. You'd rather have Xayah 2 than Gen 2. I know that sounds wild, but it's true. He also has Xayah 2 if he clicks his Xayah and uses the dupe, but he doesn't want to. He can dupe for Blitz 2. Waiting for his. Oh, he's waiting for a cash out. Oh, his care package gives him the dupe. No, actually, he's about to get Blitz 2, Xayah 2 on 8. Dupe. You have a 3 cost dupe. Dupe the Maokai. Dupe the Maokai. Hachi. Wake up, brother. Wake up, brother. You have a dupe. You have a dupe. You have the dupe. It's hard, man. It's hard. Oh, wait. Also, did he get gold? Oh, he got gold for craftsmanship. Oh, he definitely had the gold for that. He definitely had the gold for that. Also, if you're Achi, would you have greeted and duped Blitz 2? Wasianiverson. Wow, it's so close. Look at the HP count. 4, 6, 8, 15, 15, 15. 6 players all at 1 life. Although 15 is kind of 2 lives. Kind of. Is it possible to watch other players online or replays when I want to? If you're friends with them, yeah. You have to be cool, man. You have to be cool. That's why you have to hit top challenger. You have to hit top challenger not because you want to qualify for tournaments or because you want to increase your dating pool, but also so that you can add people and have them on your friends list so you can spectate them whenever you want. Wow, 2 Xayah players all at 1 life. Title at 1 life as well. If he goes 8th with Anima Veigar cash out, I'm going to give up on this line or give up on this idea because I went 8th yesterday with this too. I didn't think it was that bad of an idea though. And I'm still convinced it's not even that bad, but Wasianiverson gets clobbered. 8th for Wasianiverson if he's dead here. 7th. Inpath. Super close. Connection is everything. It's true, man. You have to network to get work. That's what my mom told me when I was young. My mom is a networking god. She loves networking. I, unfortunately, am also quite good at networking, but it's something that I haven't done in a while just because. I guess it's not even true. You know what networking is in streamer world? It's signing up for things like the Sage Jam Slam. Even though it's like really fun to do, you kind of have to get out of your comfort zone and meet other people and whatnot. Because now, all of a sudden, I somehow said yes to signing up for a Deadlock tournament. Deathy was telling me that I had to sign up for his Deadlock tournament so that he can get new players into Deadlock. And I'm like, I haven't played a single game of Deadlock, man. I'm going to suck ass. And he's like, no, that's okay, man. That's the whole point. Now, all of a sudden, I guess I somehow signed up for a Deadlock tournament. Top 3. And I feel vindicated. Hey, who was here watching me go 8th playing exactly this strategy yesterday? And I said, you know what? I think it was actually pretty good. Now, part of it was because I overcooked. I somehow hit Nard 3 while rolling for Veigar 3 as well. So that's part of it was because I decided to go for Nard 3 and Veigar 3. But the concept was good, right? And there was some fucker in all chat in the lobby who was like, ha ha ha, he played for 100 cash outs. And I'm like, it's not even that bad, man. Anyways, the concept is good. The execution wasn't there, but you know what? I trusted a world champion like title to get it over the line. Boom. It's a player diff, yes, but the concept is there, and that is why Frodan, world-class coach and co-streamer. That's why I'm not a world champ. But the vision was there. Networking and somehow got roped into playing a game never played before. I mean, I'll see. I hear Deadlock's a lot of fun. You know who's been trying to get me to play it for a long time? Raditz. Because Raditz loves Deadlock. He thinks it's so fun. And I'm just like, yeah. I mean, it looks like it's fun if you can get into it, but it looks like it's like a huge barrier. If I do end up signing up for that, I have to commit time to it to learn it. You need Poppy 3? I mean, Poppy 3 definitely looks like it's an important part of it. Also, I think I played I also played it on Varus, and this is a Varus portal, and I didn't get dupes. I got like Star-Crossed and Lovers and all the non-dupe Varus options that made me feel pretty bad. A lot of cross-game events happening. I mean, I think that's what keeps streaming interesting and alive. Like when you watch people collaborate and do stuff. I'm down to try new things all the time. I also love getting other people into TFT or games that I play. Like I really enjoy playing Riftbound, so I enjoy teaching people that game as well. Even though I'm not like a pro. Yet. The best of Ahri sold for $115,000, you guys. How come we're not playing Riftbound these days? That's more than a yearly salary just right there, just for winning a 50-player Ahri tournament. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing with our lives? Deadlock seems hard to get into. It does, but like anything that's hard to get into, it's probably worth it once you're on the other side. But the initial phase of suffering, the 1,000-hour tutorial, it's probably going to suck, and then once you're finally done with it, it'll probably be awesome. Do you have any tips to get out of Emerald? Do I have any tips to get out of Emerald? Yeah, you know the TFT Academy app? Have you ever checked out this section called the guides section? I have 4 fundamentals that I go over each pillar. You need to watch these 4 videos. These 4 videos, if you like watch them and digest it and implement your game plan, you will. I promise you that those are the only things you need to climb. The specific pitch is Wait, we actually just do. Oh, with the videos right here. But it teaches you how to climb on any patch to Masters Plus, and I'm pretty sure if you follow them, you can even climb it to Challenger. I'm 100% convinced that's the case. Wow, Enzo's actually playing no attack speed LeBlanc. You see that? It's JG, Giant Slayer, Guardbreaker, LeBlanc, 5 Shepherd. 5 Shepherd seems solid. 5 Meeple. Wait, it's a win out. It's actually a win out. That's why he's the GOAT, man. You know what? Title must have seen me do this strategy and go Goath and said, wait, this guy sucks, but his idea is good. I'm down to patent it. This is the Frodan strat. Anima cash out into Meeple. Boom. He must have watched my stream after Dishsoap rated me and said, this guy is a buffoon, but his idea is good. I'm a true visionary. Anyone can be challenger. I don't have a working brain, and I did it. I mean, I don't think everyone can be challenger, but I do think anyone could be challenger. Conceptually, I don't think everyone can be, but I'm down to stick with the idea that it's a goal that any serious TFT player could set their mind towards and achieve with enough effort. When is EWC? EWC is after Worlds. So after the World Championship ends, PB for Set 18 launches, and then we're going to be doing EWC. I believe, I don't think they're not gonna, they haven't announced it yet, but I'm gonna be going to EWC on behalf of Vitality, just to kind of like co-stream the TFT portion of that, and I'll be going on a vacation afterwards in Europe. I'll be taking my wife and I's 5-year anniversary is basically a month after, or like a couple months after EWC. So we said, well, why don't we just like take this one window of time, because we're both really busy, to just do our 5-year anniversary and then just tour Europe a little bit. So I'll probably be taking some time off. It's a month-long PBE, right? So I'm not going to even be missing much. Are you coming to Italy? I think so EWC is in France, and I think we're gonna go around Central Europe. She's never been to like Belgium and Denmark and that part, so I think we might be more towards North Central. But I mean, Italy is beautiful. Greece is beautiful. And that part like of Southern Europe is amazing. We would love to probably go there. It's all about whether or not we have enough time. It's all about whether or not we have enough time to do that. But yeah, that's gonna be like my summer break vacation. I'll probably be gone for. I mean, I'll probably be. I'm only gonna probably be. We're gonna do EWC, and then I'll probably only be gone for like a week at most, but probably even less than that. We'll see. All right, let's take a look and see what other people are up to. YY is finishing up his game. Marcel P. Iron Ball. Let's take a look at these guys, Scrims. Title's the GOAT. I mean, he is the GOAT. there's only a couple people who are in conversations for that, and it's Title, it's Dishsoap, and as soon as Double 61 wins another one, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a when, not if. As soon as Double wins another one, he's in contention for that, and I think that's it. I think that's the only conversation right now. However, then you start having a couple of other people who win. They start climbing into like a separation of tier 1.5, and that's where YBY and Wasianiverson and a couple of other people start to enter, but they're not there quite yet. Are you coming to Prague? Oh, I've actually been to Prague. I lived in Germany for 2 years, and I visited Prague 3 times, and it is one of my favorite cities in Europe. It's so beautiful. And it's like exactly my type of city in terms of enjoying the evening. Prague was amazing. I actually would consider living there. Like in terms of like what cities you want to live in Europe, if you were to relocate from the USA. Not that I will or plan to right now, but it is one of my favorite cities. How was it living in Germany? It was good for like my maturation as an adult. Because I lived there when I was like in my early mid 20s, and it was like really important for many different reasons. One, just for life experience. 2, for perspective, because you know I'm a big minority there, and I don't speak German, so I can kind of understand a lot of like how my parents felt when they moved to a different country and had to like assimilate into a different culture. So there's a lot of like independent growing up there. There's a lot of perspective gaining. Silver scrapes. Learning a different culture as well, right? This was 2014, so it was when Germany won the World Cup, so I got to experience World Cup culture in Germany, and that was also quite special and scary. I have to say the post celebrations in the streets was unlike anything I've ever experienced. I think it's probably the closest thing to living in like the French Revolution era. But short of like, you know, of course, doing violent acts against government officials. It was absolute true anarchy and madness. But it was interesting. It was a very fascinating part of a slice of life. And then it is the reason I blame Germany and living in Europe as why I have a severe addiction to sparkling water, because anytime you ask for water, they give you sparkling water, and I hated it. And then as soon as I left home and I left Europe and moved back home, I realized I missed it and loved it. It's kind of weird. There's a lot of small things like that. I also think I picked up some mentality from like Germans, like working with Germans. I really like the way they approach life, actually, and business. Wait, am I missing something? Did this guy put a mod on his dragon? I did not know that. What the heck? I've never even tried to do that. You lost. Well, I guess, I mean, okay, it's about, that's fancy. Maybe that was bad. Maybe that was bad. Okay, well, today I learned 2 tanky Samira going 6. Looks like the stocks on Samira might be going down a little bit. Dank memes with the first place. Darkstar, LeBlanc. This looks like Caretaker's Fast 9. AP. Ezreal 4. This is Ezreal 4. Meeple. LeBlanc. Okay. Some similarities there. It's good to keep note on like what people are playing. Take a look at Marcel's game here. Do you think Loot Singularity or Treasure Hunt is better for Darkstar? Probably Loot Singularity, or actually probably Darkstar, or probably Treasure Hunt, because Treasure Hunt can give you a spat. Treasure Hunt can give you a spat. But Loot Singularity is not bad either, I think, because it gives you a lot of fast resources and it can help you hit really quickly. If that's the case, then TT is a dead augment. Yeah, 2 tanky might be dead. I feel like 2 tanky is the worst version of this like play 2 units. They had 2 tanky, they had double trouble, they had twin terror. And I think out of all of them, I think 2 tanky is the least interesting. It's just like, here are 2 tanks. Double trouble is like interesting because you can like double up on a bunch of different stuff. What would even be a good double trouble? Like maybe Primordians. Primordian would be interesting for for double trouble. Prismatic Finale. Prismatic Finale. And we don't know what the God's Reward is right now. We got Lulu 3 on the medallion. Lulu 3 and Milio 3. Wand Overflow. Worth the wait, Ezreal. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick if that's cool. Be right back. Why don't you guys look at Day6 board who's playing some AP flex. All right, we got Don Core Nami. Vagar. Marauders. We got 4 mech. Opala with Calculate Loss into mech. Nova. Nova Graves. Oh, wow. Interesting. Is this aura farming? No, it's patient study. Just playing Buckshot Graves. Nova Graves into Lulu 3. I think Marcel might be winning out, though. Worth the wait, Ezreal. Okay. He's trying to go for Ezreal 4. Interesting. Basic barely wins. It's really, really close. Wait, does this Ezreal have a death cap on it? Wait, what? This is like such a forbidden build. The only time I've ever seen this build in this instance was back when Akali was a 5 cost. Akali was a 5 cost assassin, and she really wanted blue buff, and she was AP. But the only way that you can get crit was if you had IE, because jewel, and so you would like build IE, blue buff, death. I think that was the case before people started having the advent of Jewel Gauntlet. Even then, I don't remember if she was AD or AP. Maybe it wasn't death cap. He is getting clobbered. Completely smashed. Big R. Marcel lost. Who did he lose to? Marcel lost to... Oh, he lost to the mech player. Okay. For Mecha. Karma. Morgana. Nunu. It's looking like more and more people favor that. For Mecha Acel. And they also made non-mech Acel better as well. Yasuo. This is going to be close. Double Deathblade versus double Death Cap. 4 swords versus 4 rods. Actually, this is 5 rods. 7 rods, actually. Well, it's kind of close. Frontline's about to die on both sides. Big R3. Not enough. Okay. All I know is I do see AP succeeding a little bit more right now. Dawn Core Nami also looks kind of nasty from Dasic. Looks like he finally got Edge and Knight off of the Nami and got good build on her. This was Print Leona. Marcel. One off of Twisted Fate 3, which would be additional medallion. Was that Akali from set 6? Yeah, that was set 6 Akali back in the day. Oh, I think this is Ezreal 4 right here. All right, here we go. Ezreal 4. Level 9, Ezreal 4 time breaker. It's time. And then we have 4 time breaker. Oh, we don't have 4 time breaker? Oh. I feel like 4 time breaker is like kind of important, isn't it? Going for Riven 3. Jin's pretty good. I guess what would you cut? I would cut the Graves for 4 time breaker. Cause I feel like the 50% attack speed is kind of nice for Ezreal if he's gonna be like that's very nice. Not even kind of nice. I guess he doesn't have Shojin. Shojin versus blue buff's a pretty big difference though. I happen to go on a 10 streak pretty often, but seem to struggle with closing out games, often going 4th or 5th or diamond. How should I go about it when 10 streaking to stage 4? Usually if you are 10 streak, if you are 10 win streaking and you finish 4th, that is not a bad thing inherently. Oh, Marcel went 4th. He lost. Oh, Nova Graves that scaled. Okay. That's not a bad thing. Usually what it means is you're not good at capping boards because you're either slamming items too aggressively and like you have bad item quality. Like for example, you don't have death caps, and on Acel you're playing like Void Staff and Morello. Like if you have like these items on Acel on Blitzcrank as opposed to this, it's a pretty big difference there. So you probably should study up on item optimization. The other thing could be your augment choices. You might be taking augments that are good now, but like scale poorly later. So then other people just get online and you just get outscaled. So I'd probably look at those 2 areas to start. There's other reasons that you probably are also losing, but those are probably 2 of the most common. Are there any units that haven't found success this set? Maybe Akali? Although Akali's like played a lot right now because she's like a Splash and Nova Fast 9 boards and she's in reroll. Caitlyn? No, she had her time in the sun. Caitlyn was good when Twisted Fate reroll was good. Yeah, I guess Shen? Aurora also hasn't really had that much prominence this set. There wasn't ever a period of time when Aurora was like insane, and like one of the better things to play into. Ezreal also. Ezreal has never really been like good. It's always been like this niche thing. So I probably say that, yeah. Fizz, no. Kai'Sa Fizz was good at the very beginning of the set, man. That shit was unstoppable. Kai'Sa Fizz was so good. There's PBE. Yeah, but like I don't count PBE as part of that because PBE every day there's like a very broken comp. Oh, this is so close. 5 Nova Graves. This was a build very popular at the beginning, back when people played Nova Emblem. Nova Emblem was super good. Then we have Mech. And then we have Worth the Wait Ezreal 4. Really cool top 3, actually. Very cool top 3. Not a top 3 that you see very often. Sir, where are our tank items? Sir, we have 1 tank item. He's top 2. He's top 2. Karma carry basically is not a thing. Yeah, but the thing is, Karma is like her traits are amazing. So she's been played a lot. So when they say like when a unit hasn't had time to shine, I feel like you could say, yeah, sure, she hasn't been solo carry, but some units are designed not to be solo carries. But Karma is played very, very, very often. Ezreal is a failed unit. He needs to win streak early, but insanely weak. Insanely weak. He might win this lobby, man. Ezreal 4. I mean, he doesn't look insanely weak to me. That's just your average failed unit gameplay. Ooh, Rengar unbound. Holy cow. Failed unit. That's a weak first. It's a weak first, man. Now, I know what you mean, though. The thing is, investing into Ezreal is generally speaking not worth it. Worth the wait is completely fake, right? It's not actually like Ezreal reroll or anything like that. You're just basically getting you're getting it for free. So it's not actually Ezreal reroll. Yeah, what up, Newt? I would say that the problem with Ezreal is that his trait, Timebreaker, is too good if he becomes good. You have to remember that traits matter in terms of the budget. Like, you can't just look at an individual's unit performance with items. The traits matter a lot for whether for what the unit actually is trying to achieve. Karma's traits are amazing. They are two of, if not the best splashes in the game. It's Voyager Splash is amazing. Darkstar Splash is super good offensively. And so they can only make Karma so good. Otherwise, she just becomes way too important and you can never hit her. And the problem with things like Ezreal is that Timebreaker is very powerful. So if they make Ezreal like one of the better one costs to play around, then all of a sudden Timebreaker snowballs out of control. Meepsy is the best in traits. I don't know if I 100% agree with that. But she's definitely one of them. She's definitely good. I don't think Meepsy's the best, but Voyager's certainly nice. I'm actually having a hard time thinking of better splashes than Darkstar and Voyager. I'm thinking about it right now, and I can't even think of better ones. I'm like looking at it right now. I actually can't think of better ones. Maybe Mordekaiser, not really. I'm pretty sure Karma is the best spot. She actually has just like godlike traits. Okay, we got Dishsoap and Prestivent. Cool lobby here. Aatrox. Yeah, Aatrox the unit is weak though, so that does feel like fair. But yeah, the Aatrox splash is quite good. You are not wrong there. Hey, I love your content, man. I'm just getting back into TFT. How do I climb now? Check out my website, TFT Academy. TFTacademy.com. Download the overlay. TFT.com/overlay. And you will climb back to the rank that you always deserved. Any predictions on the best carries next patch? Well, they did add a couple more things, right? We talked about how they changed a few things. I think Aesol is going to be very good. From the small sample size of what I've seen today, Aesol looks like it's going to be one of the good choices for sure. So that's something to think about. Size matters. Woo. Woo. Truth nuke. I got the overlay and I use it. It helps so much. There you go. Boom. Comparing set 15 Aatrox with this one is a big diff. Set 15? The mech Aatrox? Yeah. That one was a mech and Juggernaut or something like that. Oh, I gotta do a stretch. Yeah, you're right. Aatrox is either kind of like a useless 1 cost or like a godlike 5 cost, I feel like, in TFT design. Aatrox is the world ender. Or he's just some shitter synergy bot. Life is rough out here for Aatrox. I guess at least he knows that either he's a role player or he's a superstar. Oh, he was a heavyweight and a Juggernaut. Oh, right. 5 Nova on 3/3 for Maladjust. Caitlyn 3. Oh, interesting. A straight up Caitlyn reroll. Okay. Okay, I'm paying attention now. A straight up Caitlyn reroll. Engraves Nova, which Nova should you choose? That's a good question. I'm assuming you would want to choose Maokai because he stuns. And you want him to be tankier. But if you told me that there was like, if you wanted to do it on Kindred because they buffed the Kindred damage amp, I could believe that. If you have items for Kindred. This is a good spot for it other than not having Aatrox. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it looks like he hit Caitlyn pretty fast. And he's not pushing levels, but he still has 7 copies of Aatrox. So it's probably one of those things where he's going to wait, is it Varus? This is doubled. Oh, he's getting another dupe. Oh. Never mind. Then he just has to find one more Aatrox. Soraka and Evelynn. The altar. That's interesting, actually. So he can just roll for one more Aatrox and then dupe it next turn, right? Because you get this on 3/5. Boom, roll. Oh wait, he's not playing Aatrox. Oh no, he is playing Aatrox. What am I doing? Okay, so he has. Okay, so this is Aatrox 3. So this is Aatrox 3. Then you can put all the items onto Aatrox, stone plate, and then you transition over to Aatrox. Biomatter Preserver. This is probably not that good on Aatrox, but you know, better to have a tank item than nothing. And then his Caitlyn items, his Psionic Emblem is good for now, and then eventually moves that off. I feel like he should keep win streaking. This looks like a perfect spot for the Nova reroll. Doesn't Aatrox from the whole board? Yes. But the problem with Aatrox is that if you yes, he stuns the whole board, but then if you don't have items on Aatrox, you can't tank him, so it's not worth it. You'd rather have it on Maokai, who stuns a good amount of the board and he heals himself. Or you can put it on your carry, right? You could put it on Caitlyn, who gives everyone extra damage amp. Essentially, mark all enemies, increasing damage taken by 10, which means you get 10% damage amp, kind of. And then Kindred also just does straight up more damage. Branching out. Find your center into Cho'Gath 3. Early learnings into Vhagar. Looks like Dishsoap is 2 off Vhagar 3. Sandra looks kind of nice. Are we talking about like unit strength, or you're just admiring her aesthetic design? Are you gooning in chat? Gooner alert. I feel like the word gooner, people like take pride in being called that now. It's like, I think it was supposed to be used as like a euphemism to mean something bad, but now I think people wear it as a badge of like a badge of honor. I remember seeing a video of like this kid. I say kid because he looked like he was like 19 or and he went through like there's like a video that showed an image that flickered between a bunch of OnlyFans models and other well-known adult stars, and he was just like naming them back to back to back as very, very quickly, as if he was like speedrunning it. And he named them all perfectly, scored a 100%, and then screamed and he took his shirt off and flexed and said, "Yes!" And said something about gooning afterwards. You know how they always say like always gamble? It was like that. It was like the always goon or something like that. And I was like, what am I watching? What? Why is the promoting version preferred over Jax or Jinx reroll? Tempo and econ. Mainly that promoting gives you like a really easy way to get frontline, and it's just cheaper and faster. I would say that you're right though. Like Jax 3 is a far superior tank to Rexar 3, but it's just harder to get to. When you say kid, what are we talking about here? Oh, he just looked like a young guy. Like if you told me that he was 19 or if you told me that he was like 16, I would believe you. Like he just looked at that age range. If you told me he was 21, I would believe you. He definitely didn't look that he was older than that, though. Reinforcement for Dishsoap. Looking for Rammus too. Roll. One more Vega. Okay, nice. That's huge. Rammus 2. That's exactly what he's looking for. So I believe he's 1 Veigar off. Orky, he has 7. Ready to go. Remove. Need to hold on to it. Just he's 1 print off. Person playing Samira. He's actually playing reroll Samira, no Space Groove. Inpath, Reach for the Stars, Jax 3. Another thing too is Jax is pretty contested. Maladjust still win streaking, by the way, with his Caitlyn reroll. Finally got a good third item on Caitlyn, so he can move the Psionic Emblem off. I like that. His items are pretty good. I'm pretty sure the only way you can make Caitlyn items better is if he has Kraken instead. Dude, look at Caitlyn, man. Her hands are glowing. My God. Caitlyn Doobie Raven. I wish I was her rifle. Yeah, Vi is a lucky girl, right? I don't know if you guys ever looked at Caitlyn from 2XKO, but when they implemented her, they were very... They were very generous with her proportions, is what I will say. There were some angles of which that people were like capturing footage. I was like, okay. All right. Voting here, gooning over Caitlyn. I am not, first of all. And second of all, my wife did it first. She was the first to goon over Caitlyn. Gooner alert. The Marvel Rivals filter. Dude, Marvel Rivals community is wild. They are just straight up fiends. I feel like they like absorbed the Gooner half of the Overwatch community. And they also absorbed like a lot of the, you know, very loud and proud part of the Pride Alliance community as well. I feel like they like fusion danced and they just like are hyper gooners now. I feel like the Marvel Rivals community is like the Gogeta of the gooning community. It's like Disney adults mixed with gooners. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? It's like they feel somehow they like fuse together. It's crazy. Their power level is insane now. Could we have Kraken? Do you make Kraken here? I feel like you have to save it for a third. Oh, wait, he already has Bramble. Because the thing is, oh, he reforged his emblem into an Arbiter emblem. That is significantly worse, although there's actually really something interesting. Could you do something like gain attack speed and every 3 attacks gain more attack speed for Caitlyn? Is that like good or... Wait, so why did he remove? He removed off Caitlyn just to put the same items on Caitlyn? -1 remover. Goonjita. Rival's just trying to compete with Overwatch, but Overwatch is just too much of a titan for R34 content. You know what? I am just going to take your word for that. I am not an expertise in that corner of the internet. I will just assume that you are correct. Prestivent's going to go 8th here with Cho'Gath 3. He did get to 6 Darkstar. Doesn't have backline DPS. He has Kaisa with sus items. He's got Karma 1. Just kind of weak board overall. Do you agree with Sola saying this is the worst set of all? No, I don't. Daggerspell, you've been here long enough to know that that is not my opinion, nor is that even true. That's not even remotely true. It's not the worst set of all time. Solus is just a rage baiter. Okay, now it feels like Caitlyn's just falling off. We need a duo carry. Come on, there's no way you haven't seen anything. It's more sus saying you have it. Brother, are you trying to implicate me, man? That's an impressive shovel you have. Digging deeper. You're digging mega deep, man. All I'm going to say is when the FBI comes knocking and asking me, do I know anybody? I'm pointing him towards you. I know someone to finally point towards now. Prestivent survives. If Space Groove goes 8th, I'm pretty sure, having watched 3 games of this now, I just don't think this line is that good anymore. Which I'm kind of okay with. I think I've seen enough 4 and 3 in my lifetime for this set that I'd be cool with it not being that good. At the same time, it is small sample size, though. Are you streaming on a second platform, or is my chat not working properly? I'm streaming on Twitch and on YouTube. I actually, even on my screen, usually have chat mixed, but when we're spectating, there's just not that many places to put chat. So, like on this part of my screen, for example, I have chat in the bottom left. Yeah. Can you stream on Mixer? Is Mixer even alive? I thought they closed that site down. Ninja with the finesse move of the decade. Somehow convinced them to give him tens of millions of dollars, and then they just shut down, and they owe him all the money. Crazy, man. People clowned on him, but, I mean, I think that guy gets the last laugh. This Caitlyn Aatrox line looks pretty rough. I mean, I think he's top 4. He just needs to get to 9 and find a 5 cost. Part of it is that he sacked so much rounds. I think he has to go to 9 now and look for actual units to play. And I think he goes to top 4. Ninja Stratton, Gothalion, Finesse. Oh, yeah. They, sorry, I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly. I've read his name many times. I never actually heard how to pronounce it. He was a Destiny streamer, right? They did a really... Their agents deserve a... No! You can't be doing that, man. You can't be doing that. Yikes. I actually think he wins this fight if that didn't happen. Oh. Those agents deserve a raise, man. That's all I'm going to say. 1 cost fall off? I mean, yeah, especially if they get wrapped like that. Even if he doesn't win, if he lost by fewer units, he'd be at, what, 17 instead? And that's a really big difference between 14 and potentially dying here. Surely Quirky 1 is better than Milio 2. Oh, yeah, yeah. Also, another thing is I'm pretty sure you cap this board with 4 Nova if you can. I think, or sorry, 4 Fate Weaver. I think 4 Fate Weaver Caitlyn is actually crazy strong. But then you have to play Twisted Fate, so maybe not. The numbers on Fate Weaver with Caitlyn is pretty good. Can you check what the Nova emblem is on? It's on Aatrox. You mean who's the Nova Strike? It's Aatrox. Wow. That was enough. Dishsoap loses. There you go. Do you need glove items on Caitlyn 4 Weaver? I think you want Striker's Flail, yeah, if you can. Just to get a little bit more crit, but it gives crit. Oh, he didn't even have anti-heal? Oh, well, that explains a lot. Jinx 3. Wow, a lot of reroll. Oh, yeah, Alter Lulu got buffed. So maybe Alter Lulu could be better now. Maybe. Still looking kind of ass. Oh, it's Alter Jack. Oh, hold on. It's Reach for the Stars Jax. Alter Lu. Oh, interesting. Very interesting build. A lot of reroll in this lobby. Specs in 5. Specs in 5, baby. Specs in 5. I saw some people hating on the slam on social media. They were saying, like, no team was taking it seriously. Except for Diaphone team, Specs in 5. And you know what? I get it. Compared to our dominance, it may look like other teams weren't trying, but I think that's disrespectful. I think a lot of teams were trying really hard. Also, he won 2 crucial fights. I'm pretty sure this comp is not bad, man. I feel like this is a real thing. I think this is a solid B tier comp. Caitlyn reroll. I do think it's enabled by Nova Emblem. I would not play this without Nova Emblem, because I think part of what makes it good is you can get 5 Nova very quickly and get a bunch of free stats and use it to win streak. But my read on this is that you really want Nova Emblem. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go for Duo Corki, but he went Duo Jin, which, you know what? Not even bad. Wendigo, thank you for 6 months. Another conditional comp. Yeah, but conditional comps aren't bad. There's actually enough comps to play in the game right now that adding conditional stuff is not even bad. People have this impression of, like, too many conditional comps is a bad thing, and I think that's mostly true, but that's with the caveat of there's not enough unconditional comps, and I think there's a good amount right now. There's a good amount. You can pretty much play a bunch of meeple stuff with very little conditions, even though there's obviously better ones than not. You could play mostly Xayah. There's like basically Xayah is more open than not. As long as you have the bows, you can I think Asol looks like you can pretty much play Asol as long as you have the rods. Like, surely between all the rods, all the swords, and all the bows, you can surely play something. LeBlanc looks better as well, although that's the jury's out on that. Is LeBlanc and Shepard still poop? No, it looked like it got a clean top 3 from like a very mid position in one of the scrims, which seems fine. Oh, right here. I mean, this is a LeBlanc game. This is the second time it's happened. What's his Arbiter? Tag 3 times, get AP. I mean, this is just Morgana tank. Morgana tank with LeBlanc. Morgana LeBlanc. Seems fine to me. But if there were no conditional comps, then every game's going to feel the same with the roster size. That's also fairly true. That's also true. Okay, you know what? It's time. It's time for Riot to print 100 units every set. You know what? You're right. It's time for Riot to make 100 units every set. Surely they'll find original designs and ideas. Here's the 19th Ashe. Surely she won't just shoot a frost arrow of some kind. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, in the ideal world, there's no meta and everything is playable and all the conditions like don't really exist and everything's dynamic. In the ideal world. In the practical world, what's going to happen is that you have a big amount of comps that are unconditional, and then you have a lot of conditional comps. Because conditional comps are interesting. Because you would think, oh my god, this is the Zed game, right? The good version of it is like, holy cow, this is actually a setup where I can play a pretty unique thing, and you're really excited by it. I can't tell you how excited I was 2 days ago when I clicked on 2-1 and I got an Anima Emblem off of Spreading Roots. And then on 3-2, I clicked Trait Tree, and then I got a second Anima Emblem. And I realized that this was the 1 in 1,000 6 Anima with no Fiora game. And I went fourth. But it was a really exciting game. Title, okay, and you know what? This is why Title's the GOAT, man. Title also hit Anima on 3-2. He got Anima Emblem and he clicked Luxury Subscription and got Fiora. He had 6 Anima on 3-2. And guess what? He went 6th place. I felt bad because I thought I should have gone first that game, but he actually went 6th on 6th Anima at 3-2. I don't even feel bad anymore. Because I was looking at the stats the other day, because all chat was making me feel bad the entire time, like, you threw the game, you should have won. And I looked at 6 Anima, and I filtered out, it's 5.5, by the way. I filtered out Alawi 3 and Aurora 3, because you're not, like, playing the rerolls. And it's not even that good. It's a 4.8. You're like, if you get 6 Anima, it's like, it's pretty bad. The win rate's really high. I mean, 56 game sample size, but... I was feeling bad, but it turns out it's not that good, guys. So like I said, it's not even high roll. 4th was decent. Yeah, 4th was pretty good. Are you supposed to end the game on 6 Anima? I don't know, actually. You tell me. You tell me. I mean, part of it was because I was playing something stupid. I was playing 6 Anima, 5 Challenger, 6 Voyager, something like that. And I was like, well, surely this is like enough value to win the game. It was not. It was not. I had something ridiculous. It was like 3 gold traits and 2 silver traits or something like that. Are these Scrim matches Riot original or some players make them? Oh, this is entirely player organized. No encounter. No encounter. We have Yasuo and Varus. I believe this is the last of the organized scrims, though. After this game, everyone's free to play. It's like free scrims, but this is a tournament simulation, right? They actually track the scrim scores and say, like, this is what would happen in like a scrim tournament block. Except there's 2 groups. There's the cool kids. The cool kids are world championships, final lobbyists, regionals winners, tournament like cup threats and contenders. And then there's like the tier 2 guys / the rejects, and they scrim in a different block. Believe it or not, there's an in crowd and an out crowd of scrim blocks. Because a lot of people don't want to scrim against weaker players because they feel like it's bad practice. I need to make a running collection of like who's in the cool group and who's not in the cool group. The cool group is like Dishsoap and Prestivent and Soju and Wasian and all them in North America, and from EU and from APAC it's like YBY and Title and Ironbog and Achi, and from EU it's like Double and Coco and all them. Marcel's in both. Yeah, some people are in both. I think Dasic's in both. Marcel's in both. I think Dasic's in both. But, you know, a lot of people, like, won't scrim some of the tier 2 guys because they just, like, don't think they're good. Like, a lot of people would not scrim with some of the LATAM guys and, like, obscure region player that, like, no one really knows about. I saw Novem. Was anyone running back Kate? The thing is, I do think that you kind of need to have a little bit more than just a Nova emblem. I think like the Varus is a good thing here, for example. So if you just have Nova emblem, I don't think it's necessarily a Caitlyn game. You could also just run back Kindred because it looked like Nova Kindred was actually getting some results. You can just play 5 Nova Kindred plus X. So like Nova Kindred Yi. Someone played Graves. I'm guessing you could also probably play some other units as well. And push 9. Like maybe my planner would load. Okay, never mind. But you know, maybe if you have Nova Emblem, you could play like Nova Vex or something. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm sure there's like a little bit more flexibility to it now. Kyun was playing with the Wasian group. I know that much. Yeah, there's like if you're like a popular streamer or notable name, they'll like let you scrim. Like I think like if I was playing in regionals, they would let me scrim with that group because they think I'm cool, but not because they think I'm good. You know what I mean? If you're clouded enough. I mean, if you really think about it, why are we even competing in TFT? It's definitely not for the money. It's probably for the clout. For the pride. What else is there at stake? Goobums? If you guys don't know, Goobums was playing in Riftbound tournament and he got 9th. He actually got screwed. He went 11-1-1. He's the first player ever to be 11-1-1 and not make a top 8. But he was the best Irelia player. And so he gets this very rare one of like 11. Like there's only going to ever be like 10 or 11 of these. Of Irelia. This Irelia, the last sold of it. The last sold Irelia was sold for $20,000. The best of Irelia. This, I mean, if you look at his lifetime earnings, I'm pretty sure in one tournament of Riftbound, he pretty much already eclipsed his TFT earnings and then some. Also, I'm really intrigued to see more. I want to see who gets like, who of the former washed ex-players rise up in Riftbound. Is it like the Legends of Runeterra players who are the Riot card gamers? Is it like other Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon pros? Is it Hearthstone pros, right? That I sometimes I actually reconnected with some of my old Hearthstone buddies, like Frozen and Talion, Lambie. Or is it going to be some TFT players? Boom. One Riftbound tournament equals 8 years of TFT. Okay, however, it does cost money to travel to events. I would probably say traveling to events cost you at least somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 USD. So if you miss on it, you are losing money every single time. The nice thing about TFT is that it should theoretically cost you only time. It shouldn't cost you that much money to compete in TFT. So, who's the best TFT Riftbound player? It's probably Goobums. Goobums is very good actually. Either that or Tomino. Tomino actually is still an active TFT pro. Tomino won 2 sets, 2 best of sets. And best of set, I mean, set is nowhere near as desirable of a waifu compared to Irelia, but he still sells a decent amount. Let me see. Set sold for 14. The best of Ahri sold for $115,000. 115000. Crazy, man. What are we doing with our lives, man? What are we doing with our lives? The Yu-Gi-Oh skill set doesn't translate well into Riftbound. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure like a good amount of Yu-Gi-Oh players are doing just great in Riftbound. I think it's more like, do you have the mentality to actually get good, and do you have the work ethic? And then the last factor is like, do you have the luck? Believe it or not, luck is actually a big part of things. But it's not luck in the way people imagine it. It's not like luck as in you're straight up RNG. You click slightly magic roll and that's it. It's more about like, are you able to make your own luck? It's hard to really explain, but people who get to the top know how to get lucky. I think there's a handful of like talks about it, but essentially, like, people who constantly try to play towards opportunities naturally are luckier because they always know how to position themselves to be lucky, if that makes sense. But a lot of people think it's completely random when it's not. It's hard to really say. It's hard to really say. Solo said you need to position yourself to high roll. Yeah, that's a summary of what I'm saying, but luck is definitely a skill. I mean, we know that from our years playing RPG games. You can definitely put skill points into luck. But it applies to games of variance as well, like TFT and card games. Exactly. You need to set yourself up to high roll. That's another good way to phrase it. So what you're saying is they're ultra flexible. I mean, kind of. It's an actual really interesting concept. But it's also very abstract. So it's hard to say, it's hard to explain it without just being incredibly vague. Like luck favors the prepared or whatever, or fortune favors the bold, you know, that kind of, like you just create these like generic platitudes that people can remember. But yeah, I mean, that being said, at the end of the day, it is just luck. Solo plate. TFT luck is just being very flexible. I mean, I don't necessarily think that is generic, like 100% true, but that is like a lot. There are elements of what you're saying that I agree with. Like I think that's like largely true, but that's not always true. Flexibility is not luck. It's not necessarily one-to-one correlation with luck. But the idea of the general reasoning behind that is that flexibility makes you variance resistant. So with that, you should appear to be more lucky than other people. The easiest place to point is top decking the out because RB advantage is a lot of draw instead of tutoring. Like Riftbound advantage is a lot of draw instead of tutoring. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm talking about like, but that's not necessarily luck. That's just like playing the odds and probability. I'm talking about like what things that people perceive to be luck. Things that seem out of control, as opposed. I think like figuring out how to draw one extra card is like definitely not luck. What up, Hongboy? How you doing, man? Anyways, it's sort of a... I don't actually have, like, sophisticated thoughts beyond what I'm saying, so it's hard for me to really explain beyond what I'm doing, but it's a very interesting topic. Maybe if I actually have concrete thoughts about how to apply it to TFT theory, I can actually do this one day, sit down in one day and do, like, a small talk on it, but I haven't really gathered, like... I haven't done, like, a deep dive on it. Like, luck in TFT. Dishsoap actually tried one time to talk about it on a YouTube video. He said basically like he's luckier than other players, and he tried to explain why. And I think a lot of people kind of got it, but it's similar to what he was saying. I'm gonna grab a quick snack. BRB. Okay, MB. So we're here on the 5 Nova board with Rogue, Maladjust, Primordian, Fishbones. Interestingly enough, he keeps putting Jinx in the 3rd row. We've been seeing more and more players do this. Jinx in the 3rd row. I myself haven't figured out when I want to do it versus should I be always doing it. Prestivent's been playing a lot of loose streak positions today. Intrigued by that. I wonder if it's because it's intentional or he's being forced into those by bad spots. Arbiter LeBlanc. He's playing LeBlanc right now with 3 Timebreaker. Aurelion Soul. Ooh, Dishsoap is playing MF. Oh, he's playing Mastery. He's just playing like Flex until then. He's playing MF, Jinx, some of them. I do find it fascinating how top players determine good spots so confidently. How can one get better at this skill? A lot of it is just experience. Because your brain develops intuitive pattern recognition from just having a bunch of reps and experiences on certain things. To try and make an analogy, sometimes you can predict what would happen based on context clues of whatever's happening, right? If you're watching a TV show and you know exactly the way like things are setting up, you can kind of predict what would happen next. Or if you're watching, or if you are observing humans interact with each other and you know what's going to happen based on like the tone of conversation, and you could predict what someone would say or are likely to say. You could read body language. You could read the way they're communicating. It's the same way in TFT. Once you see enough certain things, you can kind of recognize when like you can like sort of extrapolate based on what I see from this combination of items and this health and this gold and like relative to the lobby and this context of the encounter and things like that. You can just kind of identify, is this a good or a bad spot? And so how do top players, that is why almost every top player has one thing in common, is that they play a shit ton of TFT games. They either have done that or they are doing that, where they just grind a crazy amount. Because you just have to sort of have that volume. Yeah, it might seem like one of these things where like maybe you like kind of joke, oh, K3 Soju never streams and doesn't play the game, whatever. He's actually played a lot. And that's actually why his intuition is so sharp, is because he's played almost more TFT than anyone on the planet. Probably not a 100% true statement, but it's like closer to than not. Schultes, thank you for the prime. Large amount of exposure and just like experience. That's also why I've never been really high on players who don't put a lot of reps in. I actually think only like a handful of players who have ever been able to do that are consistently good players. There's like TFT is like far too complex and connected of a game where it's you could just simply like do TFT off of theory and not play /watch /immerse yourself in the game. People who don't play the game enough are just behind. Sox is the only guy I can think of. Even then, Sox played a lot of TFT back in the day. And then he played progressively less and less and had less of a less edge. But yeah, at a certain point, like, he didn't have to play that much and he can get caught up to speed with it. But I would say that these days, if you aren't playing a lot and you aren't immersing yourself a lot, you don't have significant edge. You're just behind. There's no top player now who exists in current state of TFT competitive that like doesn't play a lot. There was periods of time where that could exist, but I think that's becoming less and less true. That's not a bad thing, by the way. Some people might interpret that as a bad thing. Like, oh, the only way you can get good at TFT, or TFT is just a grind fest. It's not even like who's good, it's who plays the most. It's both. It's both. Diana? Whoa, what's going on over here? He's playing Arbiter, Diana, LeBlanc. Oh, he's just playing LeBlanc temporarily. And until he finishes his Arbiter. And then he's going to get out of LeBlanc. Oh, wow. This is hella awkward. Shojin LeBlanc. That's a new one. I can't really recommend Shojin LeBlanc in good faith to other people, but that's how every competitive environment should be. Not according to a lot of the semi-competitive players in TFT. This is not me making fun of them, by the way, but there are a group of players who do believe that they should be rewarded for not playing the game. These are the pro stats crowd. The pro stats crowd believe that those who play the game already have an edge over them, and they can't keep up if they don't have augment stats. They're like, it's not fair that I can't play at a high level because the top players are putting time in, and I feel like I should be able to look at stats and not have to play the game and get better at it. It's not me mocking though. This is I'm just legit. I'm trying to accurately represent what they're saying, but like interpreting with interpretation, because I do think well, this guy ended up hitting everything. I do think there is basis to what they're saying, but I also think that's not the skill set we should be rewarding. Also, I don't think anything has meaningfully changed. The argument goes both ways. Nothing has really meaningfully changed of augment stats going away. I don't think like any player fell off. Any top player that fell off was bound to fall off anyways. And any player that was like not good before didn't magically become godlike because no one was playing stats, or no one has augment stats or anything like that anymore. Because like all of a sudden their playstyle got rewarded. I think nothing has functionally changed. And that argument goes both ways. If nothing changes, then why do we need them? But then if nothing changes, why can't you just give them back? It's just like a point of disagreement. Okay, Maladjust hit. Rek'Sai 3 finally. MF Jinx. Just playing group hug, pocketing everything. I mean, that group hug definitely makes that better. But he had taken the Storm Hex before group hug, so that's interesting. Inpath is dead. Oh wow, he about to cash out 300. Diana reroll. Diana Aurora reroll has definitely gotten a little bit of traction on PBE. This is a Nova player. He tried to play Nova Jhin. He's going to Nova Graves, trying to roll for Graves too. Wow, instant Fiora pair. Graves 2 and 2 rolls. Oh, he's just playing Nova Graves. Like no 5 Nova. Just fast 9 Graves. No Vex. Blitz 2. He has an extra Grave, so we can take that out. Vex. He has a Duplicator. How's Soju doing today? I think Soju was queuing up live, actually. I think he was playing his Decay games on ladder. So Soju's not playing Scrims right now. It's still like a week and a half before his regionals, so I think like he's still taking it kind of easy. I feel like augment stats have gotten balanced or worse. Augment balance has gotten worse since the removal of stats. It's impossible for us to say, right? I guess we can only say our feeling of it, because we have no numbers. We only have feelings. So I think it's kind of just been the same. I do think, with one exception, I think that these newly released augments, like when they did Time Stream and Loot Singularity, wow, we're just dead. Those are definitely really underpowered. But they're working on it, so. All right, so Prestivent. Prestivent with a mech setup. I'm pretty sure mech is really good now. The only thing that's kind of hard is whether or not you can hit mech too, but you can also just rely on Morgana as well. But it seems like mech Acel is back without any artifact or special items. And I think 4 mech seems like the way people are agreeing to play upon, because Urgot isn't adding enough to the team. So you might as well just like play better defensive stuff like Morgana and utility stuff. The only thing I miss about augment stats is knowing which bad or broken augments to avoid or insta-click. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. I actually think specifically it's more about which augments are bugged and don't even work. That one is the worst feeling, I think. Not clicking a broken insta-click augment is like, I guess, I don't know. I guess if you care a lot about LP or whatever. If you didn't know, like, this augment was overloaded in stats, it feels bad, like, not knowing that through whatever. But not knowing what's, like, broken in insta-click is kind of a skill issue. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's like, you should kind of be able to figure out if an augment is really good, rather than just having a website tell you. And if you, and also, I will say that there are resources to still tell you that. If you go to TFT Academy and you look at like the augments and you like don't look at these things, and you're like, I didn't know that. I mean, there's still a lot of people that tell you like when an augment's broken based off the collection of experiences. So that's sort of on you as a player. If you like don't know an augment is like really good because everyone's clicking in it. What feels really bad is not knowing an augment is bad because it's bugged. And then you like click on it and then it doesn't even work. I feel like that's like the worst experience. Okay, Prestivent's top 4, Dishsoap top 4. I think Dishsoap is probably just going to end 4th here. I don't really think this cap's that high. Just mastery, fries in the bag. Unfortunately, stuck on the left side because of his hexes. Can't really go for the far right wraparound. I wonder if it would be worth, though. Like, in this situation, it'd probably be worth giving up the hex values just so he can wrap on things like the bard quicker. Unless he has enough strength to just go through the front door, but I don't think he does. Dead? Three Krakens. Woo. 3 Krakens with acceleration hex. It's real nasty. I'm also intrigued by the fact that he puts Samira in the 3rd row. As opposed to putting Samira here. Like, the benefit of putting Samira on the 3rd row. Like, what the benefit of that is, what? You get the focus fire quicker, the same target, but the downside is you lose sniper value. It's for best friend. Yes, yes. But you can also get best friends putting it here as well. It's also in more, it's like in danger zone of more AoE. You can still get best friends if you separate the Jhin and the Xayah. You don't have to put your snipers next to each other. Like, if you put Jhin here, what's the difference? Diana. Whoa, 2nd row Jinx. Holy cow. Wait a second. We're going 1 level deeper. Maladjust is actually going 2nd row Jinx. What? So he's going to try to kill the tank and then immediately target the back line. A few patches ago, Mech Biss was 1 tank, 2 damage items. Now it's 3 tank items. Yeah, they nerfed the AD ratios a lot. So he's a better tank now than carry. How do we feel Ross is a threat type unit? Oh, I think it's amazing. I think this is actually I think Ross is like I think this is like one of the best executed versions of a threat unit they've ever made. He feels so good to play. I hope that they actually keep doing stuff like this moving forward in the future. I can't even think of the last time they made a unit feel this good that like that wasn't like entirely oppressive. Maybe back in set 8 when they made Morgana a threat and she added free Sunder and Shred. What up, Gabby? How you doing? But is it really unconditional mecha since he has solo plate? Like, eventually you'll click on an augment that's like good for your comp. Like yeah, he has solo plate, but is there ways you can gain max HP on the mech besides solo plate? Like, I think so. I think there's probably like he clicked an augment that was good for his comp. There's probably other augments that are good as well besides solo plate. I like the idea, but I feel like it's too much power for a 3-cost aura. Yeah, but the thing, you know what's crazy? You're like the first person this set to have said that to me. I talked to a pretty good amount of people about this set, and you're like, I think you're like the first person to actually say that you think it's like too much. Almost everyone else says like, yeah, he's like really strong, probably OP, but he feels good to play. I think the most people's conclusion is like they like how strong he is. Yo, what up, Abe? The legend Abe in chat. What up, brother? we're watching some global scrims. It's very cool. And looking at the new patch. And I think Mech might be back. My favorite. Woohoo! I mean, who doesn't love Carrier Acel, right? I remember back when part of the reason why I think I like this Acel is because I was a Protoss player when I was a kid. And I loved massing carriers. And then just I would turtle with cannons. Okay, this is actually something that I need to, okay, please. I'm not a cheater in video games, but I did do one stupid thing when I was younger. I would use a hack in StarCraft that would allow you to build photon cannons on the same spot as many times as you want. It was a map hack that would give you a fog of war. And the thing about StarCraft is that there's a bug back then where if you had the fog of war, you could command something to build there, even though you have something there. So if I have a photon cannon right here in the middle, if I cover it with fog of war, you can build another photon cannon there and the probe wouldn't know otherwise. And so what I would do was I would make it look like to my opponent that I had only one photon cannon, but then when they would rush me with whatever, like their Zerglings, like 10 cannons would pop out of the ground and shoot all their Zerglings. And then I would like hide behind all those cannons and then build like 20 carriers. I would build like 20 carriers, and then that was my strategy growing up when I played Pro. I was like 10 years old. I'm not even kidding you. I was like 10 or 11 years old. But that was like, so I was a map hacker, but like I wouldn't actually use it to cheat and like learn information. I would just use it to cheat by building more photon cannons in the same spot. So that was like, yeah, I definitely was a cheater in Brood War, but I wasn't using it to like know what they were doing or like, you know, scout their timings. I was just trying to cheese like one specific cannon strategy. Anyways, this Acel brings me back those memories. Did you play Big Game Hunters? Yeah, I played Big Game Hunters. I played Infinite Resources as well. Like fast, you know, it's like Fastest Map. So like Fastest Map was a custom game where it's kind of like Earth in League of Legends, where everything is just maxed out in resources and the game is super fast. So I played like Earth mode StarCraft, and yeah, that was like another way you can play it too. He sold Nunu 2 for Blitz 2, and they started losing. Well, I think Yatsuhashi got to 10. Another thing too is he got to level 10. He's capping around level 10, around Zayaya. Also, are these items better on Morgana or Blitzcrank? I kind of think Blitzcrank with items is so much better than Morgana with items. If I'm Yatsuhashi. Prestivent's capped out now too. It's pretty close. Actually, when I say pretty close, I mean not close at all. What is this? He's getting like a million node. Wait, it's kind of close again. Okay, it's not that close. Stage 7. He itemized Karma 2 over Blitz 2. I think he's just trying out the Karma buffs because Karma got buffed, right? Let me look at the A patch notes. Teemo sold for 20 grand? Oh my god. Oh no, Karma didn't get. Oh no, she got buffed. She got buffed, but they didn't rebuff her in the A patch. They buffed Lulu, Asol, LeBlanc, Mastery, and Nunu. Sorry. I thought she got buffed in like the additional A patch. Would you play Jintu over Rost? It might supposed to be drop some of these other units. Like I don't know how much 3 Conduit's doing for the team. 3 Conduit just gives 2 more mana regen to Bard and Asol, which is not bad. He's itemizing Bard 2. Bard 2 is definitely better than Karma 2. I don't care how many buffs Karma got. Bard 2 is really good late game. Also, does he want Storm Hex on Asol versus Bard? Or I guess... Sorry, over Blitz. I thought Storm Hex on Blitz was like the best. But I guess the attack speed is not that valuable because it only gives a little bit more mana regen. Asol scales off attack speed by getting more mana regen, which is not even like that important. Yeah, it looks like Xayah just caps higher than Asol. Okay, so this would make me believe that Xayah is still S tier, but Mech is A tier, which seems reasonable. Xayah caps really high. It plays around a lot of 5 costs, and it has good late game fight potential. So it makes sense to me that Xayah is still good. Plus, they didn't nerf anything about Xayah, right? It's about the same. It is about the same. Good game for reference. From what I've seen, it would seem like AP, the best AP line right now is Asol. LeBlanc is playable, but not that strong. Like I would say that LeBlanc moves up to like mid to high B tier, and I think non-conditional Asol like Mech is probably like A tier, but we'll see. When it said 18, in a couple of weeks, they're going to do the PBE for set 18. But I do want to warn you guys, set 18, PBE is going to be a month long. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're going to have a month-long PBE, and everyone's going to be like, oh my god, I'm so burnt out. The set is already dead. It's like 2 weeks into PB, and you're like, will this PB ever end? I don't want to hear it, man. You are opting into that yourself, and you're choosing to do that yourself. Wait, what is this? The Texas mayor calls for the cancellation of Kanye's West July 4th concert. Holy cow. Kanye West. What a tragic figure, man. I feel like he just really surrounded himself with terrible people. It's like it's a very good lesson in life of whoever you surround yourself with is very important, especially if you become successful and famous. Reading real news is funnier than reading onion shit. Real news doesn't even feel real anymore. I feel like I'm just reading Black Mirror episode titles. but he made Graduation, and it was one of the best albums of that era. It was amazing. It doesn't mean that you're immune to making bad life choices, though. He was always unhinged. It's true, man. Kanye was always unhinged, but he was enabled by other people that really like fed into that instead of people who were good to him, you know. I'm a firm believer that friends will do the hard thing and tell you things that you don't want to hear a lot of times. I treat friends in that way too. Like friends that I do care about. I mean, part of it is that if they choose to be really bad about it, like if they choose to continue to be shitty people after that, that's different. But if you need to like help them with that if you can. Sometimes people are blind to they're blind to what they don't see, right? Reach for the Stars Jax. That augment in general is decent, but you have to make sure you're not contested, and you have to make sure it's a good Jax one for it. Treasure Hunt is also still really good, even though they nerfed it. They actually nerfed and buffed it at the same time, so it's a nerfed amount of gold you have to spend, but the end result is buffed. Wasianiverson, Dishsoap, Prestivent, Filup enters the Scrim ring. Been a minute since I've seen Filup. Filup works at a bank. The everyday man. Although he works at a bank, it's Tuesday and it's 1 p.m. over in New York. Late game scaling. Too tanky for Jazlatte. I guess someone should take it to see how it feels even after the nerf. So we get to see another too tanky. Maybe he'll play a different too tanky. Cho'Gath too tanky. Too tanky Cho'Gath. Perhaps. Dishsoap with his patented salvage bin. Actually, I think at this point, I feel like Dishsoap is the salvage bin guy. Like certain augments are associated with certain players. I think I associate Dishsoap with salvage bin like a lot. I associate Setsuko with Warpath. Try to think about like an augment I associate Wasianiverson with. I don't know. He plays anything that's good. I associate Frodan with Golden Egg. Really? Dishsoap is reinforcement. Reinforcement? Okay, interesting. Ironbog, I feel like I associate like calculated loss. Calculated loss, 10 loss. But yeah, it's interesting that like certain players have certain like vibes about them, you know. Actually, the Calc Loss player, for some reason, when I think about Calc Loss, I think of Marcel, because that dude just opens like 80-90% of his games. I don't even know if there's a player that opens more than Marcel does. Maybe Upset Max? I don't even think there's a player that opens more than Marcel. If he has 5 upgrades, he will sell them. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if he would sell 5 upgrades, but he does love a good calculated loss. I associate Box with Think Fast. Interesting. I think I associate Box also with Warpath. I feel like that's like his type of augment, which is like a cool augment that has high risk, high reward. That's like tempo oriented. Robin I associate with like Slammin' or like Raining Gold type of augment. Vanguard +1 for sCsC, so he has to play AP potentially. His Arbiter is gain Leona every 4 seconds. Wow. Level 5 to the last second. Surprise level 5 over Kbaobao. What is Prestivent playing with Treasure Hunt? He has Nash's JG, so he probably will lean towards some AP reroll. Is it Lulu? Because he's holding Milio. Yeah, that makes the most sense, I think. So then Filup is playing Veigar. So we have Veigar, we have Lulu. We have probably Samira. Kbaobao is trying to push Net 9. Dishsoap is Flex. Edge of Night, late game scaling. So Ironbog wants to go for 5 cost as well. And then we have AP Vanguards. And we have Birthday Reunion Jinx too. Robin is Heroic Grab Bag. Really? Oh, not reroll. Oh, yeah. Greg is uncalculated loss. If there's one argument I would sign Greg, it would probably be like patient study. I think like every time I've ever heard T-Lights complain about anything TFT related, it's usually because he doesn't have enough econ. He's usually like, oh man, you just need an econ augment. Can't play the game without econ augment. Just need econ augment. I can't think of an augment that represents Soju though. Maybe like I feel like the most Soju game that I saw at last cup was when he clicked Band of Thieves 2 at 2-1. That's like the most Soju. It's like an augment that probably averages like a 2% win rate, but he like knows how to tempo it down. Epic roll down. Oh yeah, that's actually a good one too. Epic roll down. Wait, that's actually good. Really good. I like that one. That's actually a good one. Why is Kurum not in regionals? He's also good on ladder. Did he just do really important tournaments? Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened in his tournaments because he didn't stream them. That's actually another thing that I was like kind of sad about because I wanted to watch tier 2 more this set, but it happened at the same time as tier 1. Not only did it happen at the same time as tier 1, some people weren't even streaming it. Like Kurum wasn't even streaming his game, so I couldn't even see what happened. I think pretty highly of Kurum as a person. I think as a player, he's definitely struggled a lot in the past year. I couldn't tell you why exactly, but I do know that it's affecting him mentally. And I think that no one's more disappointed in his results than he is. And I think he's trying to figure it out. And I think it's just sad. I don't think Kurum definitely has like some haters, but there's no one that like wants Kurum to do badly, if that makes sense. No one hate watches him. But he does have haters in the sense a lot of people think like, oh, he's not like at that level, he's like washed or whatever. Those people are just chuds who hates Kurum. There's a lot of people that just like say like he sucks and he's not tier 1. He's never gonna get back to tier 1 and he's like washed. His best years are behind him. The game has passed him by. Like a lot of like that kind of hate. But I feel like people who say that, like even though there's people who say that, I've seen people say that in chat. People say that in my chat for crying out loud, and I try to smack that down whenever I see it. But one, I think they're wrong. Two, I think also even if people are saying that, they're not. It's not like they're wishing ill success on him. If that makes sense. I think he needs to. I think confidence is definitely part of it. I also do think that what worked in the past doesn't work now. I think one player that is like I know that he gets a lot of hype because he's a popular streamer, but I think one person that deserves a lot of credit for his longevity is Robin. And I know he gets a lot of credit already, but I think one thing that people don't talk enough about Robin is that he actually has evolved as a player, like a lot. And I think that he's a player that recognized what used to work doesn't work, and he has to figure out what to do to keep up. Versus there are a lot of players who said like, this is how I found success in the past. And if I lose myself and if I don't have success, maybe I just go back to like what was working before and then just keep trying it. Like, oh, maybe just unlucky, try again, maybe it's unlucky. But like Robin, I think regularly reinvents a lot of his play. And I say that pretty confidently because I watched Robin a lot over the years. He's probably my most watched streamer at night because he's the guy, he streams after me. And so I think that like, if there's one thing about Kurum that I think I would have liked to see was I would have liked to see him try to think more along those lines. But at the same time, it's not like he hasn't tried doing that. Like he has. It's just hard. It's hard to sort of keep up and keep adapting and reinvent yourself. It's easier said than done, is what I'm trying to say. Like he has changed and he has tried to adapt and try to figure out more like different stuff. It's just not easy. Did you get his PSA slab yet? No, I didn't get Robin's PSA slab. I think that he's doing some soul searching and he needs to not be so hard on himself, and I think he needs to figure out what's not working. I only have so much insight into what the process because he didn't stream a lot and I haven't talked that much to him. But I invited him to come to the coach stream this weekend. I'm excited to hang out with him. He's one of my favorite people in TFT. What was Robin's job outside of TFT? Before TFT, Robin used to work at iBuyPower, and I think he was like a low-level entry employee who didn't really enjoy his job, but it was like a kind of a cool job because it's like slightly gaming adjacent because they build like badass PCs to sell to gamers. So he was just like a regular employee at like some PC company. Robin's an older player who figured out how to evolve and play in the newer era. Yeah, exactly. I think that is commendable for sure. But hey, I mean, it's all speculation. It's entirely possible that people like Kurum have tried a lot to keep up and he's just getting unlucky, or maybe everything goes well in practice and he's just having trouble on game days. There is something that happens to some players from time to time where like they do everything right, but then on game days they're just choking. They doubt themselves. When one thing goes wrong, they're mentally like thrown off and they're like, okay, here he goes again. The part where like it's an unthrowable lead and I lose, you know, and they can't stay on top of their game. So Philip Spot's insane. How come he lost right after you said that? He has 2 dupes and he has Meeple. He has Veigar 3. Oh, it does look pretty good. Yeah. Oh wow, he actually rolled for Veigar 3 and Poppy 3. I say. Jazlatte roll down. What's up with Mismatch Socks? He's starting to make games. I think Socks is trying to be an indie game dev. But he's also a software engineer guy. I think he's a software engineer, and he's just being a dad. He has 2 kids. He lives in the Bay Area, very expensive part. He told me like, actually, let me look at it. Last time I messaged Socks, he told me daycare was like, he told me that he was spending something like 40 grand, 50 grand a year on daycare. And he's like, it's so expensive to raise kids because him and his wife work, that it's like they're just working to keep up with the expenses. He was like, it's just so. He's like, it's so. He's like, he does make good money, but he spends a crap ton of money as well. He spends money on the house, spends money on the daycare, and then spend money on other stuff. And also he's trying to be responsible by saving for investment. So he's like, yeah, I just basically like work all the time and with the family. So. I don't know how Kurum puts up with this chat. They're so toxic. I mean, I think they're joking, but at a certain point, you do want to make sure that you're like not being too harsh on him. So he'll be fine. Kurum's a big boy. I believe in. He'll bring it back, man. He's a beast. Don't worry. If you're worried about Kurum, you got nothing to worry about. He'll be back. Koopa, Glass Cannon, and Swordsmith for Wasianiverson. Trying to figure out how Wasianiverson navigates a level 8 4-2 spot while he figures out how to push to level 9. Oopug. Is he going to play Timebreaker? Okay, so he's playing Timebreaker. He's at 82 HP. He's going to sack. So he's going to stack stage 4. sCsC goes Earth into Darkstar. Still on a 100 streak. 6 Darkstar Zoe. Interesting. Darkstar Zoe. My God, her hair is huge. Come to Canada, daycare is $10 a day. $10 a day? What? Insane, man. I feel like if it's $10 a day, that's almost like too cheap. Like, I feel like I wouldn't trust that they would be taking care of my kids. It's probably why Mortdog left California. I mean, I think Mortdog just didn't like California. Plus, Mortdog's from Washington, so. Dishsoap, wow. Dishsoap hit Bard 2 on 8. So he has Galio 2, Bard 2. Salvage bin. Good mech items. I think breaking it apart. I think Visage is actually a really good item here on the mech. Oh, I see. He goes blue buff on Bard. Blue buff on Bard is fine as well. I thought he was going to make Death Cap. But he made Morello and Void Staff. That makes sense. This makes sense. I think Status Gauge is like okay on mech, so I think this is fine. I think the stats told me that after Stoneplate, you really want HP items on the mech. The government pays partly for it. Well, I mean, that's stuff that I think the government should help, because isn't that like why birth rates are so down? Just like having a kid is just so unfeasible. I think in Korea, they're like trying so many different programs to get the birth rate up, and I think that's like part of that. They're actively trying to pay people to have kids now because the birth rate is declining so much. So the US is too socialist? Yeah. I wouldn't consider myself a socialist, but I also would want other people to have help with stuff. If like, I mean, that's what I would rather my tax dollars go to that than whatever the hell is happening these days. You need to have a 300K household income to have 2 to 3 kids now. Yeah, it's really, really, really expensive. Because like you could have 2 to 3 kids in those cities and stuff like that, but you would have to make significant sacrifices in other areas. Otherwise, you're going to be cutting in other areas, cutting down, and you know, like you'll have to, like you don't have to have $300,000 a year to have those kids, but at the same time, if you want, for what people want to have in terms of like high quality programs, that's how much it costs. Because you could totally have kids and then just like do whatever on lower income, but the quality of life would not be as good. Lulu 3, Milio 3, Ironbog, Fast 9 at 4-6. Wasian's waiting one more round, right? America one child policy. Well, the thing is, we used to have really good immigration, so the birth rate for US is low, but because we're very good on immigration, it's like fine. I don't know if that is still the case. I haven't checked the stats lately because our immigration policy has been stricter lately, to say the least. It's changed. Yeah, it's different. Oh, Ironbog's dead. Exact lethal. Is this Prestivent? He's down to 1 life. He's down to 2 lives. Oh wait, Wasianiverson going level 9. You need an income augment to reroll kids. Yeah, I don't know about the like reroll the kids part. But yeah, I don't think that analogy holds. I think it's more like you want a fast 9, but you need a lot of gold because in order to support +1 team size, you need to have the econ. I don't know about this whole reroll kids part though. That's kind of a weird analogy. My dad has 3 combat augments. Oh man. Yikes. Yikes. I'm not sure if I should be laughing at that. We have 2 Thieves Gloves. One definitely goes on Fiora. Maybe the other goes on Jhin. Oh, wow. Good TG on Jhin. I mean, did Fast 9 get meaningfully changed this patch? I don't think so. If anything, it's like gotten worse because everything else has gotten stronger. Okay. Oh, he has Aatrox. He was missing Aatrox. And now he has Vex too. He might ditch Graves. Graves is like scaling, but he might not feel like he has the time to do that. And then he can just TG Shen or something. Yeah, this makes sense. This actually makes a lot of sense. I think his board's like decent. Kbaobao has Blitz 2 Bard. Prestivent kind of hanging in there, but Fountain Lulu doesn't cap that high. He does have double combat though. You don't want to 3-star your kids? I thought about it. I thought about if I want to like hyper roll and 3-star my kid early, you know, get him on a program like 3 years old, already learning how to pitch baseball, you know, and things like that. But it's funny because I do think that as I continue to be a parent, I feel like the more I just hope my kid turns out okay, like more than just like some successful prodigy. I think people are obsessed with the idea of like raising some kind of like future prodigy, like the Faker or whatever. But I think I've kind of gone to, I think I've gone the other way more as like, I just kind of want him to have like, I kind of want him to just be like a functioning normal adult. When he grows up. But I do want him to like learn certain values from me. Also, as it turns out, a lot of those people who are pushed to be young prodigies end up having like a lot of issues in life. Like a lot. Not just like dealing with themselves, but also with your relationship with your kid. Dishsoap loses. Very, very close fight. What age is he getting a cell phone? He already has a fake cell phone and he pretends to call us all the time. It's really funny. It's like an Elmo phone. It's a Sesame. It has like all the Sesame Street characters, and you just push a button, and then like a Sesame thing says out. And he like loves to pretend to call us all the time. It's very adorable. Agent Dishsoap, sCsC with he eventually transitioned to Dark Star Aesol. He is starting to fall off though because he doesn't have 2 stars. Transitioning over to Jin 2. Jazlatte, too tanky. Yeah. I'm pretty sure too tanky. This comp is just not that good anymore. Yeah, too tanky. He took an econ augment. He hit his whole board. He has glass cannon. So now it's like if too tanky is not very good for this line, when are you clicking it? I think this augment's dead. I think this augment in this line might be cooked now, guys. Justin, thank you for 31 months. Appreciate it, buddy. Would you let him grind TFT? Yeah, like if he wants to do all those things, that's different than forcing him to do all those things. You know, like imagine if he was forced to learn all those things. I feel like 1, he would not enjoy it, and 2, he would resent me, and he might not. And it's not worth it unless he becomes like the GOAT. You know, I just don't think that's like likely to happen. So. I like that Dishsoap actually replaced his frontline item with an AP item. He recognized most of his matchups are AP, so he's going with D-Claw. Still got bursted down, though, because of Jin 2. Ooh, it's close. Revives. Kbaobao. Dead. Wasianiverson, Dishsoap. Trying to take down sCsC. Okay. Maybe a remover. Dishsoap time to remove. Wasian time to remove for Dishsoap. A little bit of academy teamwork here. I mean, it's looking pretty good. I think Wasian probably, as soon as he hits Blitz 2, is kind of too scaled, right? And then sCsC doesn't have Karma 2. I don't feel like this comp wins out, though. I feel like it's very consistent at getting top 3 here, like this, but I don't know if it wins out. Because Prestivent didn't win out either. Oh, it does have Blitz 2. Does have Blitz 2. Is a lucky item chest as well. TG Blitz, blue buff Morg, or blue buff Karma. Okay, I like that. Okay, going up a Ghost. Wait, he did. Wasian removed. Wasian removed for Dishsoap. Excellent teamwork, guys. Excellent teamwork. A little shifting momentum. sCsC takes critical damage. Dishsoap lost anyways. Oh, man. Unlucky. I guess Aesol doesn't look like it's oppressive, but it looks like it's very good at earning a good placement. Either that or we're not. Either that or we're not capping the board correctly. Is forcing a kid to learn an instrument or sport bad? No. That's different. But like I'm talking about like trying to like purposely raise someone to be like a prodigy / future pro at something, which requires a different level of regimen and discipline to do that. And also kind of pushing through when it's not fun anymore. Because it doesn't become fun anymore. It just becomes like what you need to do. Unless you're like a godlike parent. Because one thing that I've kind of learned about parenting is that parenting is all about marketing. You have to learn how to market the activity to the kid to make it enjoyable and fun. Like if you get them to change clothes, it's not just about changing clothes. It's about like making it an activity that they enjoy. So you can't. It's not necessarily just about like, oh, you know, it's time to do this activity that you usually hate. A guy in an airplane once said to me, "We just want our kids to be happy and healthy. They're healthy, and we work on happiness every day." Yeah, I mean that's a pretty big part of it. Happiness also does involve like preparing them for the future as well. So sometimes you have to do things that they aren't happy about. Like obviously they're not going to be happy about brushing their teeth sometimes, but I think Taylor and Michelle have done a really good job making brushing the teeth really fun for Levi. So he brushes his own teeth. A lot of time we ask him after he's done brushing his teeth, do you want to do some bonus brushing and show us how it's done? And he does. He brushes his own teeth afterwards instead of like forcing him to do it. So it's all about like how you can present it to him and such. All right. How long are scrims gonna go for today? 2.5 more hours. I think they're gonna go for a few more hours. Tomorrow's the new patch. I thought the patch was live already. No, this is PBE. If patch is live, people will be playing ladder right now. Let me see. This is the recost start. This is the fountain. And we are, I'll check in a second here. Soraka and Ekko. So the standouts for this patch so far, Soraka, Ekko. Is Asol looks better. The other games were like AP/Darkstar, so it was like the same thing. Samir and Tutanki and Space Group look worse for sure. So I think we're finally done with that arc. Meeple still looks pretty reliable. Not as much like AD spam, right? Not as much like Corki, Yi, Zaya. Giving the opportunity for kids to do sports and such is wonderful, but not forcing them. I mean, that I can get behind. Are you a parent, Anne, as well? Continuous Conjuration. Okay. Gonna play into AP. Play around some Victa. Caretakers in the Mordekaiser. Diana for Wasianiverson. The Tower. Electrocharge. Expedition 33 for sCsC. Item Grab Bag. And branching out into Marauder Emblem. That's pretty good for Mastery, I think. Although Marauder Emblem can also be played on like Jinx. I think that's like reasonable for a reroll. Too many players forcing on subservice and need to be playing flexible emblems. Yeah. I'm trying to think if that analogy holds. The thing is, you don't want to be too flex, you know. But it's good. It's good to explore interest. My son's interest is yard work right now, and my wife. is trying so hard to be supportive. She buys him every like toy and activity related to yard work. We bought him a lawnmower, and so now he like tries to mow the lawn. Although it's not like a real lawnmower, it's just like one of those lawnmowers that when you push, it like makes a popping sound, and there's fake grass, and it like floats up in the air. So he gets a good kick out of that. It's like one of these. He like pushes this around and it like pops up and it makes a bunch of noises, and he just like randomly but the thing is, he's not mowing the grass half the time. He's pushing it over rocks, but he has the best time. He just thinks it's so cool. And every Friday we have the yard guys come by to do work from our neighbors and stuff like that. And he gets so excited. So we ask him like, oh, what day is today? And he's like, oh, today's Tuesday. And we're like, oh, what day is tomorrow? And he goes, Friday, the yard guys come. No matter what happens, he keeps thinking that tomorrow is Friday and the yard guys. All right, what do we have here? We got item grab bag. So Dishsoap not slamming. He's just going to wait and see what happens on 2-4. Probably leaning right now more towards Meeple because he has the Gnar pair. I mean, from what I've seen, the Gnar nerf still, like, even though there's Gnar nerfs, it's still pretty good to just play Meeple Gnar. Divine Intervention and Soraka's Embrace. Okay. This is actually interesting. I wonder how many people would take Soraka's Embrace because they did buff it. It's just like bad late game, but if you're on a win streak, maybe you take it. Everyone else, 7 people took Divine Intervention and Achi took Soraka. Diana 2. Wow, okay. Okay. That's really early Diana too for Wasian. Another Diana as well. 8% chance to gain Leona. So a lot of Leona gain. We have Expedition 33. Filup with a Caretaker's Ally Mordekaiser. So he doesn't even have Mordekaiser 2 yet. When you have Caretaker's Mordekaiser, what are you trying to play? Like Vanguard. I guess you just play like some level 8 AP strategy. Maybe you make Mordekaiser your main tank while playing around AP Flex. Maybe you play around Darkstar. Looks like he's ready to sack the last round if needed while holding on to Timebreakers. Ooh, Jazz thought they slammed the Gunblade. Interesting. Branching out. Electrocharge. Electrocharge, Shojin. Okay, so Filup loses. Ooh, he's trying to grief the Anima player. sCsC is not like a true Anima, though. He's playing Expedition. But that loss definitely hurts. Prestivent. Full Marauder for Ironbog on a win streak as well, alongside Achi. Filup finally hits Mordekaiser 2 off his Caretaker's Ally. I think Dishsoap is playing Meeple. Looks like he has Meeple, and he has 3 Meeple piling up pretty soon. What's Wasian trying to play? He's trying to play LeBlanc? That part I'm not entirely sure. I guess like from here you could play LeBlanc. Just put the AP item. Ooh. Spark. Spark Gunblade is reasonable here. Would you go adaptive death cap? Good morning, Meeples. What up? Remember my fight? How you doing? Hello, hello. That's right. It's still the morning. It's 10:45 a.m. It's interesting because when I stream these scrims, it does feel like there's so much going on that a lot of time has passed, but not really. We watched a lot of games so far. BT. Oh, is he committing to Diana? Diana Aurora? Interesting. Diane, how you doing? Morning. I'm in the EU and I just had dinner. What'd you have for dinner? I just ate, but now I might be hungry again. Ironic because it's 12:45. Oh. Small grab bag, honor roll, vampiric vitality. I think if you're Dishsoap, you probably take these items. Oh, is he taking honor roll? Oh, because you can print with the meeple. Forget about that. That actually is pretty good because you can even roll here. Yeah. Fizz. Aatrox. So you field Aatrox and then you buy it after the round starts. Nope. Gnar too, so he gets an extra roll. I like this. I think not a lot of people do this, which is they roll on 6 for Gnar 2. A lot of people just try to like natural it. I think it's like really good to do this. And he also took an augment that encourages him to roll as well, which is nice. I had Bless Bach for dinner. Wait, what? What's Bless Bach? Bless Bach. An antelope subspecies. You ate antelope? Are you a hunter-gatherer? That's crazy, man. I don't even know what that would taste like. They're subspecies and readily interbreed. The hybrid offspring known as the Bontablaze or the Baster Blesbach. It's inspired because of the name of the Africans and the Dutch language word for blaze, such as one might see a forehead on a horse. Interesting. 2 Slim Jims and a Coke Zero. I mean, that sounds like the snack bar at my Twitch office back in the day. It's venison meat. I see. That sounds exotic to me. Marauder on Zaya. Sounds pretty good. He ate antelope and you use Bing. Guess nobody really is perfect. Okay, you see the thing is, what you can use Google, but I found out that Bing gives you rewards for searching. And listen, if there's anything that's up for sale, it's my use of which search engine. Bing says that they actually gave me gift cards for using Bing. So you can be out here and revel in your whatever sense of superiority for using Google. But I have a free $5 gift to Starbucks. So bro's chilling for Bing. I mean, bro's uncaffeinated and typing in chat. You have to claim the Bing rewards. They scammed me for 2 months before I realized. They scammed you for 2 months. Bro decides to finally read the rules. Not being the allegations. They didn't. I'm not shilling for Bing. You guys are making fun of me for something that you're losing out on. They're not even paying me or anything like that. People are making fun of me, and like, and you, it's. I'm just trying to help you see the light. Makeshift armor. Oh, that works well with the tower. In some regions, you even get the Xbox pass. But now I have to get an Xbox. Wait, does Xbox Game Pass work on PC? I don't even know. I feel like Xbox and Phil Spencer have done such a terrible job at just everything that I don't even know what even the Xbox Game Pass is good for. Like, what is it even good for? Is there any exclusives, or is there anything that's like useful at all? I don't even know. I don't even know. And why do I even need any other games when I have Teamfight Tactics, Set 17, Space Gods? Am I right, guys? Am I right? No, it looks still pretty strong. Yeah, they nerfed it by 2 AD, which is a tiny nerf. If they nerfed it by a little bit more, it would be felt, but yeah. Phil Spencer retired. Thank God. That guy was clueless as fuck. Looks like sCsC cashed out a bunch of 100s. Leaky prototype, broken prototype. Trying to play Expedition into Xayah, probably. Oh, he still doesn't have it. He's cashing out at 4-2. I guess that's okay. Actually, not really, because he's still gonna lose another. If he loses one fight, it's not that. It's a bad spot. But he should still be strong enough to maybe win a fight. Filup is playing for a 400. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's going for the 11 loss. Wait, I think he has to lose twice. Filup has to lose twice. Game Pass Ultimate has both console and PC. Ultimate comes with Day 1 exclusive. League of Legends TFT gives you champion tacticians for linking accounts. So you're saying that I can link my League and TFT accounts to my Xbox Game Pass and get champions? sCsC down to 1 life. Hashtag ad. I didn't even know that. Why? So I guess it's like if I link my account, I get a champion. Interesting. I'm not a Microsoft Xbox gamer, so I wouldn't know. My sister-in-law is our console gamer. She like plays like Elden Ring and a bunch of other console games on our PS5. It was actually pretty sick. My wife got to get a PS5 for work because she works at Skybound, and they released Invincible Versus, the fighting game. And part of it is that, you know, she needed to test it on different consoles and stuff like that, so she got to get a PS5. Pretty sick perk, not gonna lie. It's a nice hack. Okay, Philup's at 389. He actually needs to win this fight with Anima. He could die. sCsC also transitioning. Hit Xayah 2, Radiant Red buff. What is this? 115? Are they about the Ahri sale? I just want to shut down the rumor mill and confirm what everyone has been talking about the last few days. The last best of Ahri copy did sell for 115,000 to a private Chinese buyer. Boom. And we're all wasting our lives playing TFT. You could be $115,000 richer. 481. You get a bunch of chance portals as well. That sounds pretty sick. Ice Blast armor. He has 5 duplicators. I mean, what do you get? You go for like Aurora 3 here, right? You got to do something. I don't even know if I would go for Alawi 3. I feel like I need damage. Yeah, he goes for Alawi 3. Ice Blast armor. But like, don't we have like no damage? Ice Blast armor. Crown Guard on Morgana. Reforges. I don't know if I like the Reforge on the bow. He doesn't have Spark or Shred. It looks like he's good enough to win this fight for sure with Ice Blast armor against Dishsoap. He's going to buy this Bard pair, right? He might actually get Bard 2 off of this. I think he's going to look for Bard 2. Ooh. Artifact or no? No Bard. 1 tournament of Riftbound equals 8 years of TFT. Dude, no, very, very few people. First of all, TFT's 7 years old. But a lot of people will never earn $100,000 in their lifetime competing in TFT. So that's more than 8 years of TFT. Sinful Hero sent a Park the Bus gift. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you, man. What do we have here from Achi? Let's take a look around in more places. I appreciate that. We have Victor 2. Wasianiverson. With the Vex, trying to go level 9. Wasianiverson seems like he's trying to go 9 a lot. Dishsoap on 7 Nars. Ironbog. Transitioning to Marauders. Has Marauder Kindred. Doesn't have full upgrades yet, but is working on it. Prestivent, level 8, 30. Money Monsoon. Is he trying to go level 9? I don't think he can. I think he's unfortunately too weak to win fights here, but not enough high HP to go to level 9. They were free. All good, man. I'm down to take free stuff. Thank you, thank you. Alawi 2. That's actually crazy because Filup has all the Alawis. Do we think Filup can win out from here is the thing? Do we think he can win out? He also even sold his extra Mordekaiser from Caretakers. I'm leaning towards no. And also, one thing I really don't like is that Filup doesn't have Shred, and he reforged both of his bows to get there. Boom, 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 boom. I kind of see if he can kill this Nunu too, but it's big and chunky. Wait, Filup might be dead. I don't think he has... Wow. I think the no shred really hurt him here. And this sort of goes back to what I was saying before, which was yeah, the Alawi with Ice Blast armor is good, but he's lacking damage. He had Shojin, Morello, Deathcap, Aesol, and that wasn't enough. So, unfortunately, I think that... Like, I've played that cash out a handful of times. Which is like, oh, if I hit Alawi 3, maybe it's good enough. But you need damage. Blitz 2 on 8. I mean, he does have Blitz 2 on 8. You're wrong. You're not wrong. Blitz 2 is like kind of crazy, but it wasn't just Blitz 2. He couldn't even kill Nunu 2. This Nunu casted 3 times on him. A Wasianiverson fast 9. He looks like he's doing a Meeple fast 9. He has Bard and Rammus too. This is like basically the Meeple fast 9 that you would play with Jhin, but instead of playing Jhin, he's playing Vex. That's really interesting. Who do you put this anomaly on? You probably put it on your front line. Boxing lessons. 30 HP for each ally that starts in their front row. BT on Blitz. I worry that his left side is a little bit exposed. Like the units might wrap on him. Looks like that isn't the case because his Fury 2 ends up getting stuck on front line, so that's okay. Okay, looking good. Jazlatte. So losing is at 53. Dishsoap's about to print Gnar 3. 1 turn off. Okay. Okay. I think this is like the window where it's still okay to print Gnar, especially his HP count. If he was a little bit lower in HP, I'd be worried. Wasianiverson hits Sona 2. Okay. He's out on Leona. Are you supposed to shed the back line or the front line? I guess he has so much front line, doesn't need it, so he just puts it more on back line. Okay.
Pure psychic energy.
BT Rammus. Recognizes front lines a little bit on the sus side. This board does not look strong at all. It's 1-star Bard, 1-star Morgana tank. He's still carrying Victor 2. Victor 2 is like okay, but nothing crazy. So Achi should be dying. Prestivent. Trying to play the level 8 version of what Wasian has in level 9. Wasian has Sona 2, Vex 2. And Prestivent has Sona 1, Vex 1 with a Last Whisper. Yikes. Yeah, Prestivent tried to play fast 9, but he was way too poor for this. Oh, sadly. Blitz pair. He's dead. I think Preston's dead. Jazlatte trying to play Vanguard Acel. They buffed specifically this version of Acel. So this is actually good data. It doesn't look like it's doing that much. I mean, his items are a little bit sus also. It's because Morello on Acel is not great. I'd prefer to do like Giant Slayer on Acel instead. Jazlatte's dead. Hachi lost. Prestivent's dead. Prestivent hit 2-star 5 cost? No, he's just dead. He's just dead. I think that his I just think he's too poor for this. We've all experienced it before. Dishsoap prints Poppy 3 as well. R3, Poppy 3. Ironbog with 6 Marauder Mastery. Wow, interesting build on Mastery. Okay. sCsC winning out. He went down to 1 life. Got to Jhin 2. Expedition. Wasianiverson down to... Oh! Wasianiverson got his artifact and got Talisman of Ascension on Shen. Hold up. Hold up. Can Shen... Dishsoap removed Gnar for Wasianiverson. The teamwork on Team Academy. Look at that teamwork. Amazing. Not me, thank you for the 13. Appreciate it, man. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Hope you're having a great summer. Haggis. That's what I sign in every yearbook. Haggis. Have a great summer. Have a kick-ass summer. Haggis. Okay. What a top four. Ironbog, Dishsoap, Wasianiverson, sCsC. All world finalists in the lobby. Wait, Dishsoap's still on Rammus 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The ultimate YouTube chat reader's here? What's up, man? That's me. I'm the ultimate YouTube chat reader. Unless you're talking about yourself, in which case you have to fight me for that title. Vex 2, Bard 2. Like Dishsoap's falling off. sCsC, is he the strongest in lobby? I mean, he might be. Maybe we can steal Dragon here. I mean, Dishsoap's only started transition into his capped board state because he was playing 7 Meeple for so long. Fusion has Rammus 2 as well. I mean, Dishsoap needs that Rammus 2, otherwise his board can't cap. Ironbog on Kindred 1 as well, but he's going level 9. Alright, we're going to level and roll here. Level and roll. Kindred pair. Fiora 2. And I think we're supposed to transfer items to Fiora 2 here. Yeah. This makes the most sense. Kindred 2. Okay, his board's strong now. Just so pick Rammus 2. Waging against sCsC. Right side swing. Same side as the Xayah. Unfortunately, the Nunu is angled in a pretty dangerous spot. Nunu might repeatedly stun our back line. We'll see. Second Nunu cast is good. Oh, God. Just being on that side of the Nunu was really brutal. This gets the win. Now it's sCsC versus Dishsoap. Ironbog versus Wasianiverson. Jin 2 for Dishsoap. That's probably going to be too much. All right, sCsC trying to play off his extra HP here. The fact that he actually truly won out here is fascinating to me. I didn't realize Fountain Xayah was this good, but I guess Radiant Red buff is really, really nice. And also, he hit Blitz 218, allowing him to catapult to 10. This will be pretty telling here. We do have Even Shot on Poppy, which is pretty good for Dishsoap. Big Nunu stun again. This Nunu has been a complete hero. Again, another big stun. Nunu placement here has been immaculate. And that's going to make the difference here. Dishsoap loses. Waging kills Ironbog. And now it's down. Wait, it's the exact same top 3 as it was previously. It was Dishsoap, Waging, and sCsC. Ooh, I think Dishsoap won last time, was it? Or was no Wasian won last time with his fast 9 board, right? So who gets the last laugh here? Who gets the last laugh? Wasianiverson moving his training dummy to the back. Right side swap. Once again, this angle going into the Nunu is going to aim at his back line. Really worried about that. That's twice in a row. I feel like we've kind of set up this enemy Nunu to just stun us mercilessly. stunning all of our important units. He's hoping that like he can move up and start focusing on the back line, but no dice. The TG on the other side was also kind of nuts as well. Dishsoap lost. No! Dishsoap lost to the ghost of Wasianiverson. It's a second place for Dishsoap. Damn, Korea #1. I'm thinking Zaya. My phone's at 1%. Dude, charge your phone, man. Charge your phone. These are some high-level scrims. You guys want to keep watching it? I'm down to play a couple games as well. Or we can keep watching scrims. I think the quality of this lobby is so high. I want to keep watching. The quality of this lobby with Dishsoap, Ironbog, Jazlatte, sCsC. Is Marcel in this game as well? He might be. Very, very high. I think Marcel's in the game with Wigwug. I think they're playing in a different lobby altogether. All right. Down to keep watching. Yeah, we'll keep watching for a little bit. Down for anything. We'll watch for a little bit of time just because I think the lobby is like too hot. The lobby is too hot. At Ashmoo. Oh, the road to detection is kind of. I'm co-streaming this weekend, guys. Surprise! I know this is a shocker to you, but I will be co-streaming this weekend. I will be co-streaming this weekend. Super hot fire. Dude, that YouTube series back in the day. Oh man, those were some fire memes. I can't that YouTube video is so old now though. It's kind of like a I wonder where they are now type thing. When that came out, I think I was in high school or college. Prismatic finale. Oh wait, it's Prismatic finale. Huntress. Gods, Soraka, and Varus. He actually made an updated video. Is it still the same thing? You should make a TFT video. Augments? I clicked that. Bitchin', I do that. I like that. I like it. I like it. Fun stuff, man. I know it's gonna sound kind of crazy, but I grew up in a school with primarily black and Latino kids, so I actually had a little bit of a hood accent when I was young. From the ages, I went to a private school with mainly black and Latino kids, so I had most of my friends were black, and it was until I was 13 years old I started talking like them, because you talk like the way you were surrounded. But of course, it was kind of weird because my family does not talk like that. Will the VOD of the coach room be up this weekend? I'll be at Evo. Oh yeah, it'll be up. Don't worry, you can catch it. Have fun at Evo. Zoe 2 off of Patience of Virtue. There you go. There you go. Slightly magic roll into a Gnar 2. Okay, well, I know what Wajan's going to play around this game. All right, we'll do this as our last game. Then I think maybe we'll either hit the rank or maybe even call it. Because today's a slow day, right? Because we got the patch tomorrow. I feel like playing on the live patch is not that interesting today. I'd rather save it for like a longer stream mañana. What are you going to be playing at Evo? Going to be playing some hype Invincible versus the new game by Skybound. Branching out to Darkstar Emblem. Risky moves, caretakers. We got caretakers into Meepsy. Expedition. Just Street Fighter. Street Fighter's sick, man. I haven't really played. I haven't tried out Ingrid because I think Ingrid's funny of a character. She's like not like my kind of character, but the new battle pass, I gotta try out Tifa from Final Fantasy at least. I never thought that she would be a guest character in Street Fighter. That sounds sick. I actually really haven't played much since the Crimson Viper patch in Street Fighter. I tried Viper. She was like really cool. She was really cool. Really hard. Her combos hurt my hand. Her burnout combos. But I haven't really played much since. Avatar's playable. Oh yeah, I heard Avatar has some sauce. But isn't Avatar also a tag fighter? Isn't there like infinite tag fighters? And then my friends all want to try Tokon as well. And a lot of people are excited about Tokon because they reveal Captain America's moveset. And it's looking pretty good, so I'll have to try it. Yasmin looks sweet. Yasmin looks fire. I liked her trailer a lot more. We'll see. We'll see. I have to kind of get back into Street Fighter if I have time. The thing is, I got invited to play in the Street Fighter tournament. Capcom is doing their own version of the Sage Jam Slams called New Challengers. And it was during the same week as a Sage Jam Slam. And I love playing Street Fighter. It's actually my favorite fighting game right now. But the Sage Jam Slam is too fun, so. But I would have done both if I could, if I was able to. Avatar is not a tag fighter? Oh, thank goodness, man. There's too many tag fighters. I'm down for no tag fighters on for a while. I like tag fighters a lot, for what it's worth. And I think 2SKO is finally getting into a pretty good spot. But it's just a lot to learn. I realize that tag fighters are just like hard to keep up with because there's so much to learn. So I'm down to chill out for a bit on that. But I actually did enjoy the 2SKO slam a lot. It's obviously easy to enjoy when you're winning a lot, but I feel like this slam was way more. This slam was far more enjoyable than the previous one. I'll tell you that much. We played the last Sage Jam Slam on the Teemo release patch, and Teemo, oh my god, release Teemo was just the worst. I will never stop complaining about release Teemo. That shit was just unacceptable, man. Who thought that was going to be okay? The worst possible marketing for it was doing a Sage Jam Slam on release Teemo at 2SKO. And every round would time out. Every round, because every round was playing Teemo just slingshotting. Hot stuff. Hot stuff. Oh my god. I was just losing it. I was just losing it, man. Avatar's not a tag fighter. That's good. That's good. Trying to get into 2SKO having never played a fighting game was a lot. Yeah. Jazlatte hitting Velvet too. 2-star Meepsy. Wow. 4. Oh, he already has 6 Meepsies. Oh my god. Meepsy 3. Here's the thing. Meepsy 3 is not even very good as a tank. So it's not even a reliable tank in the late game. I honestly wish it wasn't a tag fighter. You know, I used to think the same thing. I also wish that 2SKO was not a tag fighter. But now that the game's in a better spot, I kind of see the vision for the game, and I'm okay with it. But it's crazy because originally 2SKO was not a tag fighter. It was actually a one-on-one game, and then they reinvented it to be a tag fighter, and then they had to redo the game. That's why it took so long. They didn't want to compete directly head to head with Street Fighters, so they decided to like try to take another niche like tag fighters. But tag fighters are incredibly hardcore. Sounds like a similar version of whoever made Time Stream and Heart of the Storm. Yeah. True. Are tag style fighters actually that much complex? It's just more like there's far more interactions because not only are you playing the character on the screen, you also have to play with the characters off the screen with assists and how you manage your assist bars. So usually it's just a lot more potential interactions that, one, you have to learn, and two, there's a lot more buggy things that happen in the game. This is probably not going to surprise you, but 2SKO has a lot of bugs in it. If you don't know anything about the game, but you're a TFT player, that's probably the least surprising thing I could tell you. There's a lot of bugs in 2SKO. Wait, is that a Meepsy 3 at 3-1? Oh my god. Now, believe me when I tell you though, that is pretty good, but don't be surprised if he actually loses the next couple of fights in stage 3. Because Meepsy 3, the only thing Meepsy does is scale her stun. Her damage goes up by 100. I guess she does heal more. But it's not even that good. Which sounds crazy, I know, but it's not even that good. Is there any good information about the Riot MMO? Are they still working on it? So apparently, YouTube's AI algorithm created the Riot MMO category on YouTube. Like, you know how you can like pick a category to stream under? They created the Riot MMO and slotted it for 2028. And now everyone's like, oh my god. It's coming out in 2 years. The MMO in 2028. I watched Necrit's video. I didn't actually get around to watching Necrit's video. Necrit's awesome, by the way. I hung out with him a lot at the Paris Open. Really cool dude. What was the video about? I should probably go watch it myself. Just give him the views. I like Necrit. He's probably like my favorite League creator. I watch many of his lore videos to sleep. 2038 probably. Oh man. Watch the video on stream. Maybe you can watch a little bit of it. I think I'm not that into MMOs, but I would want to play the MMO for the social experience. Like, I don't really care that much about raiding. I would even be one of those people that like raid and then like my friends can take the coolest gear and just give me whatever left over. I just like hanging out with the boys, you know, the lads or the gals. I mean, whoever else, but I just like raid. I just like the group camaraderie of it more than the actual like, dude, check out my Crusader, you know, 2 gear. Cool. Actually, you know what I do think would be successful? I pitched an idea to Riot a long time ago that I actually think I told about it on stream. I think they should do TFT. They should do a mini game under TFT where they do kind of like a beauty contest for your chibis. You know in Pokemon how you can do a beauty contest for your Pokemon, and it's like criteria that you don't think about, which is like your attributes on your Pokemon or like what item it's holding and things like that. I think there's so many chibis and little legends and tacticians in TFT that if they did like a beauty contest / fashion thing, and it's like 8 players and they all like roll shops for like accessories and other ways to dress up their little legends and chibis. And then it's like and you have to vote for somebody that's not yourself. Because like, what the hell else am I gonna do with like my 500 chibis, man? Like, what else am I gonna do with? I have 1,000 little legends and 2,000 chibis. Like, what else am I gonna do, man? And the best part is that's how they get like a completely different demographic to engage with their player base. My wife has never played anything related to Roblox before. She never watched Roblox content. She never played Roblox game mode. She never like did anything. But then she found out that there was like an interesting fashion beauty thing that you can do for Roblox. And so she actually downloaded and played it. And I was like, oh my God, that's what TFT needs. How can we get completely different gamer demographic to play TFT? Boom. That's my $1 million idea. I asked Riot for 0.1%. They have yet to respond. Do you think the MMO will reach WoW popularity? Maybe, maybe not. I think they have a much bigger problem, which is the game going to be fun and interesting? I think that's like the big problem that they're encountering right now. Wasianiverson streaking 3-5. Gnar Meeple. 6 Gnars. My God. Perfect Gnar spot. This guy also hit Leona 3. That's so funny, man. Neepsy 3, Leona 3. Playing. He's probably just going to play some AP flex. Some more AP flex. What the? Is it me or are there 3 AP players? Shojin JG, Voidstaff, Deathcap. AP's alive, guys. It's alive. I feel like the MMO genre may die out. It feels like a generational thing. I actually think that might be true. I haven't really thought about it. But as soon as I read that statement, my first inclination was to agree with that. I think MMOs are... Like, I'll never forget the hype around WoW Classic being an official thing for Blizzard. When WoW Classic was releasing, it was a huge deal online. Everyone's like, oh my God, WoW Classic is coming back. I loved WoW. And it was like, thankfully it's being recognized instead of like this illegal off server, like, because I know Soda Poppin was like playing WoW Classic off stream because it was like not officially sanctioned or whatever. And I went to BlizzCon and the line for WoW Classic was so long. You had to wait something like 4 hours to play 30 minutes of it. It was so long. The line to try out WoW Classic was crazy. And because, I was a notable like influencer personality because I was casting Hearthstone the main stage. They asked me, they're like, okay, we got a really cool thing for you guys. They're talking to me and Brian Kibler because we were off our ship. Would you guys like to try out and play the WoW Classic playtest? And Kibler, of course, was instantly saying yes because he's a WoW guy. And I was like, oh, I never played WoW Classic because I couldn't afford it growing up. You need to subscribe to it. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it out. And so they had to skip the entire line and go straight to the front. And all the people that we were skipping past were jealous, but they understood, right? They're like, oh yeah, of course, those people should probably try out because they don't have a limited time. I sat down and played it, and I was bored beyond tears. We ran around and collected boar skins for 20 minutes and waited in line in front of a cave. You wait in line for 4 hours to play test so you can wait in line in the game. Everyone made a single file line to trade in their board skins one at a time. And I was like, you're telling me I waited in line so I can wait in line in a game? I could not believe it. I was blown away about like what was actually happening here. I'm like, is this a bit? Am I on camera right now? Is someone filming my reaction? This is what people were waiting for. They're like, oh my God, I remember. It was like the plains of some opening like land plains thing that they were walking across. Like so many memories, man. And I was like, yeah, okay. I didn't really get it. I ran around for 20 minutes of this 30-minute play session just trying to find boar skins and trade them in. And that was it. I didn't have time for anything else. I had to go back and cast Hearthstone. But everyone's like, peak cinema. This was amazing. Just like how I remembered it. What? I could not believe it, man. I'm like, thank God they just invented flying. Because the only time I ever sat down and played WoW meaningfully was Legion. And Legion felt kind of fun. It was like, I kind of understood it. But like, man, thank God they invited flying everywhere. Holy cow. I could not handle walking everywhere. Oh my God. Oh my God. What an incredibly accurate statement for one of the greatest games ever made. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know if MMOs will stay relevant with the younger generation. We'll see, man. I'm pretty sure classic MMOs aren't really about the game. Yeah, it's really about the community and like the vibes. It was like the first time people were logging on digitally to interact in like in a game in the social internet community. I think that's people. It was never about the gameplay. It was always about the people and the vibes, you know. RuneScape was also one of those games where I never understood how to pick. Yeah, exactly. I Maple Story. Okay, I did play a good amount of Maple Story though. But at least Maple Story, you were like doing things. You were killing the mushrooms and stuff. You know, you were chopping around and jumping around. At least you were doing stuff. I feel like WoW, I was doing a whole lot of nothing. All right, let's tune back in a little bit here. I kind of lost track of what's going on. Dishsoap on Baron. I was too busy ranting about my one time playing Classic WoW. Oh man. I had great times with PoE. Well, Path of Exile, is Path of Exile considered an MMO? I thought it was considered like a action RPG, which is like categorically different. But yeah, I mean, I do think that these like heavy grind games that are not like too action oriented might be a little bit cooked. We'll see. Maybe the new generation of MMOs can figure it out though. Prestivent on Hold the Line. Hold the Line's really good in this kind of setup for Vanguards. Call the Chaos, 52 gold. Baron's Lair. So this was playing non-mech'd Asol. We have a lot of AP flex, which makes it interesting for this lobby. MF3 attempt. What? Graves 2 on 8 with Dark Star. Okay. Power Graves. Interesting. You can watch this POV for a bit. It's an ARPG, but has an MMO market. Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. So there's definitely going to be like a market for that in the future, for sure. But like a new age MMO, is that ever going to catch on? One MMO that I tried to get into was New World, the Amazon one. But even then, that one was fun for a little bit of time, but it kind of fell off after a while. But I actually did try to get into it for a bit. I have 3,000 hours of Path of Exile. I think the Path of Exile will be one of those retirement games. I think I would really love playing PoE if I like have nothing to do and my son's in college and me and my wife are like just having solo time. I don't think my wife is really into... Actually, that's not true. Taylor really liked Diablo 3. I personally wasn't that big a fan of Diablo 3, but she really enjoyed it, so that made it way more fun. sCsC is on fire day. Dude, he's pretty good, man. sCsC, he's like probably the most underrated Korean player. He made it to World's Final Lobby in set 4, and a lot of people, like 8 lane jaywalking won the World Championship, but he was probably the other player that was likely to win. Him and Zyko. ZYKOO. Guild War 3 is on the way. Okay, that's right. I did see the news of that. Would you guys believe me if I told you that once upon a time Frodan was a Guild Wars 2 caster? I hope they never saved that VOD because they asked me to do that as an add-on to a Hearthstone project. I casted Hearthstone and later that day they're like, "Can you step in and cast some Guild Wars?" I'm like, sure. So I actually casted, there's actually a series of me casting high level Guild Wars 2 PvP. If you actually look on the internet somewhere. I don't think I knew a single thing that was happening on my screen. But it was pretty hype though. Do people still play Destiny? I think they're shutting down Destiny, right? It's actually kind of sad because I got into Destiny during Trials of Osiris, and I thought it was really well done. But I'm a noob, so like if the true hardcore Destiny players didn't like it, I couldn't tell you, but I enjoyed it. And Ramblin' used to play Destiny as well, so. TFT will probably be my forever always game. Good for you, man. Good for you. I love TFT as well. TFT and like Slay the Spire are probably like 2 games I think I'll like play forever. You know. But I haven't played Slay the Spire 2. I'm waiting for it to like finish doing all its like stuff. I'm not in any rush to play it. I hope it lasts forever, TFT. Yeah, maybe. I'd like to, you know, it's crazy because I always think that a game like Magic, would they ever run out of ideas for it? But it's been like many, many years and they still come up with new ideas. So I think that the designs of TFT have many, many possibilities. It's just about like whether or not one, TFT stays in this current formula. Like maybe TFT isn't actually long-term 8 players. Who knows, right? Like a lot of the reasons why, a lot of the things that TFT is built upon is largely because we just accepted it when we ported it over from Dota Auto Chess. There's many different things that could innovate still about the game. And so whether or not it actually is 8 players, whether or not it's 4 rows of hexes, whether or not it's, you know, generated based on 50 econ, things like that, could all shift and change. And I wonder what TFT looks like in like 10 years. Really interesting. Dishsoap's dead. I think this version of Acel, the non mech tank, seems worse. But I also think that Dishsoap was not in as good of a tempo position. But it does look like these tempo Acels, like the non-mech, look a lot worse than mech version. So I would say that mech looks better. LeBlanc for Prestivent's hanging in there. sCsC just hit Graves 2 on 8, so he's just scaling. Gnar. Yeah, it's like 4-way. Another thing about this lobby is that it's a 4-way AP lobby, so. I really hope gaming will continue to expand to story-driven games where choices change the world and gameplay. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that part will never die. People in the end like a good story. There's like a whole collection of games that I meant to play when I'm old and retired. Like, I have never played through like Elden Ring and a lot of those Dark Souls games, Soulsborne games. I haven't played like The Last of Us. I haven't played The Witcher. I haven't played Baldur's Gate. There's a lot of like those kinds of things that I would like love to do. Just no time. And it's all on a list. It's all on Steam. Like I already have those games. I'll just eventually figure it out. I just haven't had time, man. Too busy playing the best strategy game in the world, Teamfight Tactics. Especially with coming change to Unreal, they have more control over the system. I read that the Unreal engine is actually throwing away their tools. So the TFT team spent years learning like blueprints, which is like their tools box system or whatever. And then Unreal Engine's actually throwing it away for something else. But I think like that's not even necessarily a bad thing. I'm not sure. It's like learning a different like coding language now, kind of. Asian's losing. Oh, I thought he would be. Oh, he's going to level 9. Oh, he's rolling on 8. He's rolling on 8 for 3-star Corki. I guess he views going at 9 as not important. So let's see if he can go for a 3-star 4 cost. Ramus. 3 Ramuses. Needs to find 3 more. 6/6. It's not good enough. Prestivent. I mean, this lobby was kind of weird. It felt like a lot of it felt like a lot of 4 cost play, a lot of 4 cost AP play, all at the same time. Also, we've been seeing more of this, by the way. This is really interesting to note. This is like the 3rd time today where I see people play around LeBlanc with no Rage Blade. Just like, I think I saw another person play JG, Guardbreaker, LeBlanc type of stuff. It's interesting. All those players are playing for top 4, but I just think it's fascinating that was the case. Wasian actually goes 5th. Wow, that's crazy. I kind of thought he had a really good Gnar spot. You can play Elden Ring with Greg. Dude, I didn't realize Greg was playing Elden Ring. And I was spam messaging him about coming and hang out with us playing Riftbound. And when he had been like 9 hours in the tank playing against like 1 boss. And LeBlanc was tickling. Yeah, LeBlanc doesn't look that good, but I mean, top 4 is top 4, right? Any expectations for when Mortdog comes back in a couple weeks? Not really. I mean, any expectations? I don't even know what to expect. I feel like I've gotten used to TFT without him, is what I was saying the other day, which is like, I feel like I don't expect the Monday morning reports anymore. I don't expect to see dev tweets. I don't expect to see Reddit comments. You know what I mean? I feel like it's been so long that I've almost gotten used to life without him. And that makes me sad. They can stay on UE5 indefinitely. There's no reason to jump to UE6. Oh, okay. They don't force you to update to Unreal Engine 6? That's good. Jazlatte. Velvet 3, Maokai 3, Kindred. Hiking and Elden Ring. That just sounds like a lot of masochism. That's just like, I want to suffer outside and I want to suffer while playing games. Hiking and Elden Ring. Can you name a combo that just sounds less enjoyable on your, like, in terms of just like the level of cortisol you experience? Oh my god. Hiking and Elden Ring. One thing that I might start doing is might play more Riftbound on stream. I think I basically can't find people who want to play with me on stream. I asked Robin, he kind of said like no. I asked Emily, she kind of said no. And they're playing a lot of Riftbound off stream, but they don't want to play with me on stream. So I found someone who might want to play with me more regularly. I might do it like once a week at the end of a stream or something like that. Scar doesn't think it's good stream content either. The problem is that a lot of people like don't think it's good stream content, and I'm like, yeah, I know a lot of people don't think it's like good stream content, but like it's still good to do. I will play with you. Thank you, Sentinel. If my main person can't make it, I'll let you know. Dude, sCsC, Graves 2 on 8, 6 Darkstar, power build. Kinda nasty. Hydra raid. Wasian, thank you for the raid. Is Wasian spamming Hydras now? Is that what we do